Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
Formally tender my resignation.
We don't accept it. Formally. Hank, we need you. The Pym particle is a miracle, please.
You nailed it.
Don't let your past determine the future.
As long as I am alive, nobody will ever get that formula.
You shouldn't let him leave the building.
You've already lied to him. Now you want to go to war with him.
Yes. Our scientists haven't come close to replicating his work.
You just kicked your ass full size. You really want to find out what it's like when you can't see him coming? I've known Hank Pym for a long time. He's no security risk. Unless we make him one.
We were all thinking it, weren't we?
We were.
Right when he got on camera. I'm just thinking, man, that guy ate a lot of vagina. And he's paying the price for it, you know? Throat cancer, you know? I mean, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
You know? And luckily, he married up. He gets a good deal on T-Mobile.
He still looks good. He looks like the same as he did in Romancing the
So
Stone.
is that CGI?
Yeah.
And the other guy, too, right? Because there's no way they could make them
No, the
look...
other guy's regular.
Okay, they just make him look older.
No. That's how he looks.
I know, but he looks older at the end of this movie. No, not Stark. The other guy, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guy.
Who?
The guy that gets punched in the face. The guy that just got his ass kicked full size.
Yes.
That dude looks older at the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah. No, I think they may have younged him up, too.
Younged him
Well,
up.
I mean...
But this was
question.
definitely CGI, right? This was like Wall Street, Michael Douglas.
I think that guy is olded up later on. They gray his hair and add some old person's makeup to him. They did the same thing. Did you recognize the girl? Or we can talk about that later. I'll let you go.
Okay. Greetings, everybody. This is I am super... Make sure we talk about that.
All right.
Because I did, but I don't know who it is. Who
Okay.
is it? Actually, tell me now. I can't wait.
That is Peggy Carter from Captain America, the first Captain America. She is the one with the giant boobs that are amazing.
Oh, and they made her look older here?
Yeah, they made her look older here
God,
because
I'm so confused.
she was part of how S.H.I.E.L.D. became S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
And then in the Civil War, she's like in the bed dying, and she like really looked
that's
old.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's hot there too.
I can't keep it. I can't, it's like Helen Mirren hot, though, right?
Yeah.
I get it. So anyway, welcome to Jaret Goes to the Movies. We're talking about Ant-Man this week. Holy crap, there's so much going on in life and with the show and with Rich being in Facebook jail. First, let's talk about that first.
Okay.
I realize a lot of people are wondering where you went. You went away. You came back with a middle finger alias.
I'm here as always.
You I know, but you got put in Facebook jail.
I did.
You come back, you use the same domain thing and the same name. You shoot
right.
the finger at the camera, and then you wonder why you got removed again. Right? Am I off in any way?
A little bit.
Okay, lay
right.
it on us.
So I got banned for 3 days for something that I posted a month ago, which was the audio full version of the podcast for the breakup. So this was like a month ago.
On your own site?
It automatically posts it from Podbean to my Facebook account.
Okay.
So there's automatic, and I've got tons of them on there. I had like 20 or 30 of them because they just for the last six to 9 months were just posting to my personal page, and
Okay.
they never said anything about anything. So just all of a sudden, they go, "Oh, this breakup one has copyrighted content. We're banning you for 3 days." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And it won't let me. I could see everybody that was texting me, messaging me on Facebook. I could see all that on Messenger. I could see comments and posts. I could see everything.
Okay.
But just when I tried to reply or interact with anything, it said, "No, you can't do anything. You're banned for 3 days." And so I'm like, oh, I can't do anything. So I just kind of sat there and didn't do anything for 3 days. And then, so when I got on, I posted hey, I'm free and everything. And then I went to try to go start getting rid of all that stuff. And they banned me again for 3 days. Like instantly. I didn't even have time to do anything. And they banned me again for 3 days for another video. Not the same one, but for a different one.
Right.
So I could see where this was going. Was they're just going to keep going down the list and just keep banning me. And then on the thing, when it was banning me each time, it would go, and if you get too many of these, you're going to deactivate your account.
And so you couldn't go in and delete them.
That's what I thought initially. Was that because every time I tried to interact with anything, it would say I couldn't do it. So I didn't even try to go delete. So the second time, I'm like, well, fuck, I need to get rid of this. So they're going to keep banning me and delete my account. So the second time I got banned, I went in and see if I could delete stuff. And, yeah, I could. So I went and deleted all of those copyrighted things, all of them.
Okay.
And so I had nothing that they would have had a problem with my account. But the next day, I'm going, shit, the podcast is about to post. I need to have those videos up there that we always post every time we have a release. And so I made and everyone kept telling me, just make a fake account. So I made a fake account. and I posted the 5 videos that I sprinkled throughout the week.
Right.
Like you guys are used to seeing now.
Yeah.
And I did that and then went to change the banner logo on our page.
Okay.
The second I hit submit to change the logo, it just went like it freaked out, and it said I was locked out or I was deactivated. The account was deactivated, and then so not only did it deactivate this new one, this fake account that I made, but it deactivated my old account too.
Jesus.
And everything was gone. Nothing. I couldn't do anything, and it had there's no recourse or.
Yeah.
It didn't tell you anything. It just gave you no. It just says it's, like it's deactivated.
It's like when, I mean, for when Jaret Goes to the Movies got deleted the first time, we were just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, and so you did something. You sent them a copy of your ID or whatever, and just no response.
I filed an appeal, and they asked for my ID to prove who I am, because I think it did say something about it. One of the reasons that it might be is because they thought I was hacking or spamming or something. It wasn't
because some people are getting a message if they try to message you that you're under suspicion of being a spammer,
right? Which would sort of make sense, because I did go through, log in, delete a bunch, like 20 or 30 videos,
and then put a bunch more up.
And then I put a bunch more up and changed the banner. So I can see how an algorithm might suspect that of, oh, this account just got hacked,
right?
So I can understand how that might happen, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but all that shit was legitimate, but Facebook doesn't give you a way to appeal any of that,
right?
Not a real way, because I read a bunch of stuff, and they filled out the same form I did, and they haven't heard back, and they've done it 20 times and nothing.
You don't. There's no recourse. It
doesn't
weird.
say.
It's so weird with that whole company, and especially because they do accept money from people and things like that, and we do spend money on posts and that. That you don't have any form of.
They have billions of users. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care.
It sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah, it's a really shitty thing. So I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I mean, I know that fans of the show do appreciate you putting all that stuff out there and working so hard on it, and it sucks that it's not there.
The problem
is we all feel a little bit of guilt because we just wish that you'd be kicked off Facebook so long ago.
Yeah, that's true.
And now that it happened, I think everyone feels a little bad.
I know, if this would have happened during that whole gun control argument we had, or whatever, I would 100% just be like, yeah, fuck him.
God, I hope that guy fucking dies, then he dies, and you're like, oh, I feel bad for thinking it.
Said that.
That's what I'm worried about.
My lovely wife Casey is here.
Hello.
And I didn't introduce you, Rich. We just jumped right in, but
I'm here
as always is Rich. Man, I really am sorry. I think that sucks.
Well, the problem is I don't know. Like, they don't say you're deleted forever. Don't even try to you're done. We're never talking to you again.
Right.
And they don't say, hey, we deleted your account as a punishment. You can go start over again if you want and try to behave this time.
Right.
They don't. they don't give you any clue as to what is
Right.
acceptable as a recourse.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean,
weird.
we did drive a lot of people to Facebook for them with this show, you know?
And that's where I mean, nobody does anything on Twitter. All of our engagement's on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, shit. What are you going to do?
I'll figure something out.
You know, we'll figure it out. Now, Silent Sean is here. Silent Sean got in here today, and man, I had left this studio in shambles. I'm trying to finish 2 records before I leave on tour. Not Your Girlfriend's record, new album, is so close to being done, and holy crap, I'm so proud of them. I'm so excited about it. And I sent 4 of the 5 songs off already to be mixed, so we got to finish 1 more. But anyway, Sean got here while I was at Everett's soccer game. Everett scored 2 goals, by the way, today. His very first indoor soccer game ever. So, Everett. And Sean got in here, like, took all the roll-away mics out of here, set up all the cameras, rolled up the cords and shit. So, thank you, Sean, for we really do appreciate everything you do.
Definitely.
Thanks, Sean.
Even though we give you a lot of shit. Rich passive-aggressive Sean so bad this week. And it was like on this text thread.
I don't even
forget
read,
what it
I don't
was
even
about.
read it anymore.
And I was it was about the schedule, because here's the thing. So the schedule got really fucked up because I'm leaving for tour, but I last minute
It was for this show. We were trying to
remembered
schedule
this show right
Yeah.
here. I last minute I'm just like, shit. The girls got me tickets to go see Anthony Jeselnik, which is a whole nother thing that we talked about.
Oh,
in
if
the
you had
pre-show.
fucking said that on the chat, you were supposed to include me, Casey.
She bought us tickets.
I don't give a shit.
All right.
I could have bought tickets and gone with you.
Yeah, I told them, and then we got there and just said hello to the VIP lady. We ended up in a skybox.
That did happen. That's on me.
All right,
That's
let
on
me
me.
back up. We've already had this conversation, so if you're a subscriber on Patreon, I'm sure you heard that whole thing later on as a outtake. If not, hey, fuck it. You need your dollar more than we do. So we started talking about the schedule. I had to cancel for Friday, and
You said Saturday or Thursday.
I
works
said
for me.
Saturday or Thursday. Anyway, the moral to the story is Sean tried to use like I'm out Saturday or this kind of thing, and Rich
He said, I didn't respond to the question because I'm out.
yeah, and
And so I'm thinking,
No. I
Yeah.
said I'm out, comma,
right? That's what I just
and I
said.
don't remember the rest of
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
the
good.
point is that
What I
then-
just said was what you
then
said.
Rich got into this fucking
Semantics.
this whole deal of like translating him literally for exactly what he typed, and it was the funniest thing that I have ever read in my life. And here's why: because it wasn't me on the other side of that shit. Like, because I know that he knows when he's got me frustrated and I'm red faced over here and just literally about to just lose my shit. I know he knows that, and I know that he knows sort of like he's figured out over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Where to stop, like
Right.
where that line is to where, like, okay, like I fucked with him long enough, like, like he's gonna blow up and like say some shit he doesn't mean if I don't stop now. You know what I mean? Like the fucking, because then I'm like shot out of a cannon once I'm angry, which I never get angry except at Rich, and so but I am laughing so fucking hard at him, and then I'm texting him along because
You were side texting me.
I'm side texting Rich, but here's what the reason why it's so fun. It goes back to Facebook because Rich refuses to text if he's got Facebook Messenger because it's easier, I guess, for him on his computer. So I'm like, I'm just so happy you're texting. This is fucking hilarious. I can't stop laughing or whatever. But I'm like, dude, I don't. You better stop fucking with him. Like he hasn't responded in like an hour, and that
I
dude.
had to put the phone down.
I always get I'll get 4 messages in, and I'm like, I'm not even fucking reading the rest of that. That's.
Well, so that's how it is when they do technical talk on
I
the.
had 62. It said I had 62 text messages.
Oh my god, I was crying laughing because Rich's best text was something like, because Sean had said, I'm out.
That's why I didn't respond.
I'm out Saturday. That's why I didn't respond. Oh, I'm out. That's why I didn't respond.
Because you guys were like, hello,
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah.
You're waiting. I was waiting to hear back from my wife.
And Sean, but Rich goes, Sean, I'm out. That's why I didn't respond means hey, I'm not home right now. I'll respond later when I get home or whatever, you know, and not it. He goes, if you're not into the show, you would have typed, I can't do the show later. You know what I mean?
Well, he was talking in shorthand, and in his brain it made total sense, but in my brain I'm having to like piece a puzzle together, and I'm trying to get all this stuff scheduled by the time, you know, because it was coming up on Sunday or Thursday. Yeah. And I had to get prepped for the show and everything. So I needed like definitive answers from everybody.
I was sitting there at my computer downstairs. Nobody else was home, and I was howling, crying at my computer, and then you would just say something else, and I could just feel what Sean would feel like when he would read each one of those or whatever. Then he got pissed at you, and he like called you Rich, you know. Like,
it wasn't
what I fucking said, Rich or whatever, and I'm just like,
I would have dropped it,
man. He's mad now.
I would have dropped it a long time ago if it wasn't like cracking him up so much. So I would just kept throwing stuff on the fire.
Oh my God, it is like the hardest I've laughed. Like I started sweating. I was laughing so hard, like in an air-conditioned kitchen.
Were you eating at the same time?
No.
Oh, okay.
Also, if you want to hear about that, you can hear that also on the outtakes, unless you need your dollar more than we do. What I'm talking about, guys, is if you support us on Patreon, we put out hours of outtakes each week. Not each week, but like, you know, each month. $1 a month, you get those for that each week. You get the outtakes. $5 a month, you get the archive of all of it. And it's basically like we do 5 questions. Sometimes that 5 questions segment is 30, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. And basically it's edited down for the show. That whole thing, that whole back and forth or whatever is there. So if you can't get enough of our 3-hour-a-week show.
It's only 2.
We've been talking about that. Like people just be like, well, I would listen to your podcast. It's just so long. And it's like, who gives a shit? Like, well, I like to listen to the thing on my commute. My commute's only 30 minutes. I'm like, well, we just did your whole fucking week for you. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to look for anything else. You're over it. Do you listen to this podcast? No, because Jaret Goes to Movies takes all my fucking podcast time.
I listen to a 3-hour podcast, and it lasts me the whole week, and I'm good.
So I do have something to admit while we're on the subject of podcasts. I saw a Joe Rogan clip that I agreed with it so much that I was jumping up and down. I really was.
Who was the guest?
Because doesn't matter, because it was Joe Rogan talking about it.
Oh.
But what he was talking about was just people being offended by comedy. Yeah. And you know that I'm sensitive about this.
I think I watched the same clip recently.
So I'm sensitive about this because I do say shit. We've talked about this. We talked about it on the show last week. I say shit at shows sometimes that's offensive. I say stuff on here that some people might find offensive or whatever, but I say it in jest. Sometimes what Joe Rogan is saying that, you know, sometimes comedians take liberties and say things that they don't mean.
Right.
And, you know, and the way that he compared.
Wait, did I send you this clip?
No, I saw it.
Okay. Because I watched that same clip.
You couldn't have sent it to me. You're in Facebook jail.
Oh, that's right.
But he goes, I just thought this was so brilliant. He's just like, you know, you can get up there and you can talk about mass shootings and try to make that stuff funny. Obviously, it's not funny. You know, this and this are not funny. I mean, again, we went and saw Anthony Jeselnik, who did 30 minutes on dropping babies. Okay. Do I think dropping babies is funny? Do I think Anthony Jeselnik actually drops babies? Absolutely not.
Right.
Did I laugh my ass off? Yes, I did. I mean, I laughed. I mean, and the more offensive he went, the more the crowd just roared because that's the kind of comedy he's doing. So what Joe Rogan said was, we don't really think that Bob Marley shot the sheriff.
Right.
And I'm going, right. You know, I mean, that's the whole point. Like,
he may not even shot anybody.
And you know what? The thing about comedians is if you don't like what they say, turn the channel off. Don't go to the show.
It's like
don't be offended just to be offended by something that you're not participating in anyway.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they don't always mean what they're saying, like you said. I mean, it's just that shock value thing. It's the same reason that people go on fucking roller coasters, or the people that like to do, like, you just want that discomfort. You go there for that weird out of your fucking comfort zone, you know?
But this is why there can't be such a thing as hate speech. It's just free speech. There's free speech that you don't like, and there's free speech that you like.
Right.
It's all free speech.
Yeah, he got.
Okay,
Hold on.
no.
Wait,
Do
hold
we
on.
want-
Wait, I do have to. We don't have to get into this, but
No,
I
I'm
do.
definitely not getting into
I
this.
do need to recycle Anthony Jeselnik joke. He just goes, "How can it be called a hate crime if I love doing it so much?" Again, he's not out doing hate crimes, and you know, it just got me to thinking.
But my
Just-
point is, if you make a joke
yeah,
that comes across hateful,
yeah,
who's gonna say if that's hate speech or not?
right,
Because one person's gonna go, "That was hateful. That joke was hateful."
yeah.
Okay, but now you've just classified that as hate speech, and now he can't say that joke anymore.
Yeah,
That's why there
I know what
can't
you're
be.
saying.
That's why there can't be
point
hate
of,
speech.
the whole point of entertainment.
There can be hateful things
Yeah.
that are said, but you can't you can't make that illegal.
Where
That's
I'm
just
coming
stupid.
from is from an entertainment perspective. Casey and I went to possibly the most offensive show I've ever seen called Absinthe in Las Vegas.
They come for you next. That's all I'm saying.
Those motherfuckers, they go out on stage and tell you that you're going to see about a fourth of the crowd get up in the first 10 minutes and
And they
leave.
do.
And they fucking do. Okay?
Yeah, they don't.
But
they don't.
but I just want to back up 1 second on just this offensive shit, right? Who is one of the biggest stars in the world right now or ever, and it's on kids movies and this movie, and he's coming to town soon, and everybody's just like, let's break down all of the stuff that Ice Cube has said over his career, and now it's cool to take our kids to see his movies.
Right.
Wait, Dr. Dre, are you giving? How much offensive shit is his name on? And
Yeah, and all your kids still have
all
Beats
your kids
headphones that
have his
cost
fucking
$400.
headphones on, right? So lighten up, everybody, lighten the fuck up. And you know what? You don't like it, don't support it. But entertainment is entertainment. And you know, I just think you come to my show, you know what you're in for. Luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had a problem with this. But I'm scared, just like everybody else is in this, because I do.
You could say one thing.
Yeah,
and-
I consider myself a comedian as much as I do a musician because that's part of my show. Okay, and I do. I'm a little, for lack of a better term, gun shy.
Because the guys that are fighting against that now, that are more not entertainment, that are more not jokes, that are fighting against, hey, free speech should be free speech. If they get past that and those guys are knocked out of the way,
Right.
you're next. You're next.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Oh no, I know that.
Okay.
And that's just it. It's like I think if you can pick apart, look who's in trouble right now. I mean, Samantha Bee is in trouble, and it's like, no, you did send me a really great clip. A lot of it I agreed with, a lot of it I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd agree with everything.
I got where he was going with it, because I really did. Some of the stuff that he says, Rich sent me a thing about comedy and what's funny and what's not, and some of the things that the guy is a little bit leaning to the right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So some of the things that he said weren't funny. I was like, I don't know. That's kind of fucking funny. You know what I mean? Like, just like whatever Trump joke or whatever. It's like, I don't know. The fucking Trump thing's funny. The political humor has gotten this country through decades and decades of everything, whether it's from a cartoon or it's from a late night comedian. Jesus Christ. If Jay Leno wouldn't have had a show if Bill Clinton wouldn't have been president.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the ratings would have, that's it. So I don't know.
Yeah, that clip was based around the Tracy Ullman therapy session thing that she released recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried that we're not going to have funny shit out there anymore. I mean, it takes a lot to make me laugh hard, and maybe it is just that I'll just fucking say, I am funnier than most of the comedians I see on television. I fucking am. And I can't write stand-up comedy and go up on stage and do it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I just don't think that. So it takes a lot for somebody to come out and just make me fucking laugh. And you know what? Since the George Carlin days, it's the offensive shit. It's the fucking, the true to life shit. The shit that makes you think. It's offensive because it makes you think, I'm not going to drop a baby. Right? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, it totally makes sense.
It's like nobody in here's dropping a baby. And he really did do 20 minutes on dropping babies. And man, he took it to a place that, and by his last punchline I mean, people stood up and roared, and it was the saddest thing ever, you know. But anyway, I'm sorry, Casey. I kept cutting you off because I was on a rant, and I do apologize for that. Damn it. But anyway, God, I'm out of breath after that. Jesus Christ, I feel like we just did cardio.
No, what I was gonna say was like there is like this weird gray area now though too, where like, you know, like the Kathy Griffin thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because she has this image of what she's doing now. It's all daytime and New Year's Eve and all that stuff. But she used to be kind of an offensive comedian, right?
Yeah, I loved her. Loved her.
So, but now she's not allowed to do those things, which I get because she's trying to do this new personality. So she kind of has to. I feel like she does kind of have to censor herself because she's this new.
Right. Well,
thing.
it's because.
But if she was just still the offensive comedian, fuck it, hold up the stupid head.
Yeah,
Nobody
I think
cared, you know, like
I think a lot of times it's who delivers it, you know. And again, I think you could have taken that same bit, and if you would have put, you know, I don't know who you'd say. I mean, like let's say Cat Williams did it.
No, I don't think that go over well.
Okay,
That would not go over
okay,
well.
I don't know. I don't know. Another like super offensive person or
Yeah,
whatever.
like freaking until recently, Roseanne Barr got away with anything. I mean, she dressed up like Hitler and put little gingerbread cookies with Stars of David on them in an oven and take a photo shoot. I mean,
Yeah,
like
but she gets high and tweets something. It's over.
The scary
Exactly.
thing about all of that is, and I do think that the Kathy Griffin thing was stupid, and you know whatever. I think
but she should have been smarter than that.
she should have been smarter than that, and I just think that everybody rushing to just bail out.
You're
on
talking
her,
about the severed head thing.
Yeah.
I am. Hold on, just I don't want to interrupt.
She could have gotten away with that.
I don't want to interrupt you. I just got to do this.
Jaret's opening a bid.
I don't want to. I just have to.
She could absolutely have gotten away with that if everybody wasn't being so sensitive on that side, because she's on the left, and the left is all sensitive about speech and everything. You can't say this. You can't say. So basically, the right just threw their own, like, put a mirror up and go, oh, you can't do that because of your own rules.
Right.
That's the problem. She should absolutely been able to do that, and it should have been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a little
I
the
think
whole
there's
violence
it's
thing.
a little bit blurred. It,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
it's
you know, it
blurry.
wasn't that long ago that they were literally, you know, getting videos all over the place.
But no one
with
would
their
care
heads
if
chopped
everyone
off
was
and-
just
You know,
goofing
look,
off and having
hold
fun.
on, hold on. Here's the thing. Let me put it in perspective.
All right, do that.
Kathy Griffin does it. Whatever. Let's say Betty White does that.
Hilarious.
It would have been literally the funniest thing anyone's ever seen. And I guarantee you Trump would have fucking thought it was funny. He would have been like, oh, Betty White, I love the Golden Girls. Or
She
whatever.
wasn't doing it as a joke. She was doing it as a
statement.
political
That's
statement.
But honestly,
100% correct.
I think if she had owned it, she would have gone further than
Right,
coming
agree.
out sobbing 2 days later going, I'm really sorry.
I agree.
Because
100%
you knew what
agree.
you were doing when you
If
took
she would
that
have went,
picture.
yeah,
she went,
fucking
"Fuck
take
you
a
guys."
joke.
Yeah.
Jesus
Dude, it's
Christ,
like
I was kidding.
Everybody else is
But
doing
she
all
was
this
on her
stupid
hands
shit.
and knees crying, and
I
that
agree.
made it look like
I agree.
you did the wrong thing. If she had just said, fuck you, I'm a comedian.
If
And
she didn't- it just wasn't funny, too.
I do agree. I don't think it was a funny joke. It was a funny attempt at a statement. It was an attempt at a funny statement that she was trying to make about the president with the headless thing. Again, Betty White does that. Somebody's fucking puts her up to it or whatever. I think Will Ferrell could fucking get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Maybe.
I don't know.
He's
I don't
not
know
that
that he
funny
couldn't.
anymore.
Well, you know, again, who knows? Anyway, I fucking nailed it on Betty White. Yes, yes.
Should have quit while you're ahead.
Roadhouse.
All right, let's get off that topic and let's.
Why are we here?
Yeah. Well, that was 30 minutes on just fucking insanity, dude. I really am like I feel like I am worked up here.
So sweaty.
Did we even say Gabe's here yet?
No, I'm going to introduce him right now. Gabe is back. Casey's best friend, Gabe, guitar player extraordinaire.
Hello.
Last time you were here, I think you just got promoted. I think was a big thing. I know that we talked about that. Or okay, maybe not.
No,
I don't think so.
no, same.
No,
chaos
same
of
old,
crap.
same chaos of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and your daughter is 5 now.
4.
4.
Yes.
Yeah. And how's that going? 4-year-old girl at home, house full of girls. It's a lot.
She's an asshole.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, my a friend of mine from back home just said, you know, they're unintelligent little fucking assholes that fucking, you know, just
Never stop.
No, they just
never
you know,
stop
they
talking.
Fucking,
never stop moving.
No, and they're inconsiderate.
Correct.
You know, they fucking
Selfish.
have terrible manners.
Ungrateful.
Just little assholes.
My parents spent 3 weeks assembling her a giant park in their backyard. They finally finished today. We said, "You're coming back tomorrow to play." I don't want to.
Fuck you. Oh my God. That's because your parents moved, right?
Mhm.
And your sister took your parents' house?
Correct.
So
really?
where we had Scarlett's birthday parties, now your sister lives in that house.
Uh-huh.
So you still have that pool.
Yep.
Nice little pool.
And then parents got a new house with a pool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Man, it's fucking pool central.
I
around
know.
there.
I love your parents, but I think I'd be hanging out in Jamie's pool.
More
Lot
pools
more
for
alcohol.
Jaret to pee in.
Yes.
Far more alcohol at Jamie's pool.
Yeah, because we do like hanging out with Jamie and Chris. They're a lot of fun. All right, well, welcome, Gabe. We do try to bring Gabe in now on our Avenger movies because he is a nerd extraordinaire.
What was the last one you were on?
Deadpool.
Deadpool. You were here for Deadpool?
I was here for Deadpool.
I was drunk. Holy shit! Didn't I play golf that day?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
told us
Yeah.
repeatedly.
No one needs to know. No one needs to be told that you played golf that day.
I know, it's like a whole thing. Did you see that? Well, you've been in Facebook, Joe. I put a poll up
Uh-huh.
that said, like, should Jaret ever play golf before, and like the answers were yes, no, and who cares? Your podcast is awesome no matter what. And all of the answers were yes or who cares, except for one little no. Guess who? Will Vark, who quit the podcast. Gosh darn it. All right, guys, I do need to give a few credits here before we move on. I want to let you guys know that we do have a new boss. This is now a
Holy
Matt
shit.
Cardosi and Daniel Cotton
Cotton
production.
production.
No way.
So give it up for our new executive corporate VP.
He's
and
drunk, he's
and-
drunk in the chat room right now.
Right, and thank Matt Cardosi for hanging in this
Hanging
long.
in there,
Yeah.
even after a wedding
Right?
or whatever. Well, we did let him get drunk and crash in the guest room.
Well, his
I mean,
wife is amazing.
yeah, she is awesome. So thank you, Daniel, for upping your pledge from 50 to 100. So again, there's only $200 spots. That $50 spot though does get you on the show. So if you want to be a member and do 5 questions on the program, we're actually going to have some a la carte stuff to kind of get some people on the show coming up pretty soon. A lot of stuff that we're working on. Hopefully during our little break we've got coming up, we'll be able to get some of that stuff going.
You think Matt Cardosi's wife is so cool? Do you think maybe she's okay with butt stuff too? Right?
100%.
I think so.
Yeah, you would.
I mean, you can't have a girl that cool and then not be
And
okay with
she's
that.
not into butt stuff.
Right.
Exactly. I know I'm with, or maybe he's just into butt stuff, and which basically
Oh,
makes,
maybe she does the butt
Exactly,
stuff
that
to
just
him.
makes
She's
her.
really cool because he's not into butt stuff.
Oh, that could be.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
There-
I
those guys
never really
exist
even
probably,
thought
right?
about that.
Yeah,
I
that's
doubt
good.
it. All right, our executive producers are also our Patreon supporters. They do include Wendy Croft, David Murray, hanging on for dear life. This David Murray, our very first ever executive producer. Freaking love that guy.
Yep.
Love him. Hoping I get to see him on the tour that I got coming up because we'll be playing up there in his neck of the woods. So, Dave, hope I can run into you. Sheila Ray Wonder, David Dooley, Rodon James, who you will see later on, or you will hear from later on in the show. Matt Cardosi, our corporate VP. Nigel Watson, Chris Whitehead, Lucille Murray.
She hasn't changed it yet.
Well, she's trying to figure out how you do it because I don't know. There's a
You
whole
change the
thread
address.
about you have to change the address, right?
Change the address.
All right, Lucy Murray, Daniel Cotton, our new corporate VP, Diane Small, Jared Spear, who is on a very long a trip longer than wherever you went on that long vacation.
Mm-hmm.
He is on like a 3-week trip to
That's
England
crazy.
right now.
He already ran into Rodden James. and
Yep,
stuff?
saw him, had some beers and all
Wait,
that
who
stuff.
is?
So Jared Spear.
Oh, cool.
David Winslow. It's actually Lisa Winslow, but I think Dave's name is on the
Right.
credit card. He got to meet Mean Joe Green this week, which is a big deal. John Gickler, Shawnee Griffiths, Greg Pascal, Mark Ryan, Tyler McCullough, Katie Morgan, Sue Hurst.
Did he catch the jersey?
Hey, kid, catch. Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Mike Breton, Chris Jacobs, Brian Dunning, Paul Baums, Amy Pitzinger, Jason Wall, Bodie Cooper, Kirsty Fisher, Dominic Petretta, Simone Vark, who did not quit the podcast. Tess Green, Michael Price, and Woody Chambers.
Yep.
Hey, if you want to hear your name at the first of the show, all you got to do is go support our Patreon, I think, at the $20 level.
Yep.
And we just did a Skype hangout with all of our $10 supporters. Had a great time talking to them for an hour today before the show. So
Yep.
Lots of good stuff there. Also, $10 and up supporters just got 2 Jaret Goes to the Movies koozies in the mail. So if you haven't yet posted a picture on our fan page
go to the Jaret Goes to Movies fan page on Facebook and let us see you using your Jaret Goes to Movies koozie. All right, that's enough of the business, or the biz, as we like to say.
We like to say in the biz.
In the biz.
Do we like to say that?
It's butt stuff. It's the butt stuff.
It's the butt stuff of the biz.
Ant-Man, released 2015, a solid 117 minutes, PG-13. Armed with a super suit with the astounding ability to shrink in scale but increase in strength, cat burglar Scott Lang must embrace his inner hero and help his mentor, Dr. Hank Pym, plan and pull off a heist that will save the world.
It's wordy, but it's good.
Terrible because he's not his mentor. He just met the guy. Mentor is like somebody that you like pattern yourself after.
I know, but you've got to start having a mentor at some point in your life. And
I don't
at
like
that
it.
point, you can call him a mentor.
I don't like it.
All right.
But it's just that. I do like that they mentioned cat burglar in there because I think him distinguishing himself between like a cat burglar and a robber or whatever
I love that.
is so good. But yeah, it's not horrible. Whatever. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
Ant-Man! An ex-con turns back to crime to pay his child support because his daughter's being held hostage by his ex-wife, who seems to be doing pretty well for herself, by the way. But unlike most men, he performs better with shrinkage.
That's good. All right, this movie does star Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd does end up on this podcast quite a bit. Kansas City guy. And
that's why he ends up here?
Well, he's just in a lot of movies that we do.
Oh, okay.
Who my wife did not find attractive until this movie.
Well, he did work out quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Even just his face looked. He just looked different.
If he was 6 foot tall, everything else the same, total stud, right?
He's like 5'10".
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's like an inch taller than me. Like we're just, it's I don't know. Probably
6 foot tall is an inch taller than you?
No, 5'10".
5'10".
5'10" is an inch taller than you?
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
Okay. Well, my point is, if he was tall, with the same sort of chiselly face, the same abs.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he looked great in
He'd
this
be
movie, but
smoking,
he usually just kind of looks kind of goofy, like,
right. And pudgy, little soft.
doughy.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas is also in this movie. Good to see him back after his battle with the after effects of eating too much vagina.
He makes this movie for me. I mean, Paul's awesome and Michael Pena, crazy good, but he puts that weight into the movie that is needed, almost like the Anthony Hopkins for Thor.
Yeah.
Like Thor would never have been as good if he didn't have the weight of Anthony Hopkins in the movie.
I feel like Michael Douglas is starting to get that, and maybe this is the throat cancer, but I feel like he's starting to get that Jane Fonda click when he talks, like that. You know how like old people
There's something in the back of the throat.
Like their mouth starts clicking. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's a thing. Like next time you listen to an old person
He's
talk,
got a gravelly voice. I don't know about
no. There's just like this clicking thing. It's like the tongue fucking it like settles back into the back of the mouth just right, and then every once in a while there's just like a thing, like while they're talking.
Okay.
It's a thing, dude. I swear to God, it's
It
like
is a thing.
and I will tell you this, like Jane Fonda did this amazing interview with Lily Tomlin on Howard Stern or whatever. So like, and you got serious, right? So you don't have serious.
No.
Anyway, you got to hear her talk now. Just go listen to anything that she's done lately because she has.
try not to.
She has the old lady click when she talks, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
I'm not fond of Jane.
Hi-yo! Very good, buddy.
Thanks.
Evangeline Lilly?
Yeah.
Okay, so is this the girl that you think is super hot?
Yeah, she's from Lost.
Oh, okay.
You see her in bra and panties on Lost, actually. Yeah.
Which character did she play on Lost? Was she
She's
one of the ones
main...
that was lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's one of the main
Okay.
people.
Awesome. Wait, did she play the big fat guy with the curly hair or on Lost?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
She's part of the love triangle with Jack and Sawyer.
Oh, Sawyer.
Yeah.
Right. Did you Sawyer Fonda? I don't know. I didn't know where to go with that. All right. Michael Pena is in this. This dude. Pena. This guy made the movie.
Yeah, he was
everything this dude said was hilarious.
Hilarious.
He's so good. And I don't know, where do I know this guy from?
He was Chips. He was Ponch from Chips, but I think he just does bit parts mostly.
Yeah, he's the
He's
backup
not really-
guy and everything.
So he's a
Shooter,
character
yeah.
actor
Right.
or whatever that
Yeah,
does just he's always the sidekick or whatever.
Yeah.
He's amazing in this. Like
amazing.
I would love to see
His little
yeah, yeah, just the thing that he does with his
Man,
mouth.
he's literally in everything.
So
Yeah.
you know, it's funny because Casey even brought up this. She was just like, it's just an odd pairing of like, there's like this guy, then this guy, whatever. And I just like, I love buddy movies, but I love buddy movies when they like all don't really belong together.
so
Yeah,
tell
I was
me-
like, they all got out of prison, and they were all hanging out together in there.
Yeah.
That's what happened, really.
Well, tell me why you hate the movie.
I don't hate the movie.
I expected you guys to love this
I
movie,
think
and I'm a little thrown off by the fact that y'all didn't.
we felt we liked it. We liked the beginning.
There's
we
a
liked
qualified "we liked it" in there. I can hear it.
There's a whole point in the middle where, and especially the scene like where he's explaining to her like how her mom died and all this, where like it was just like, this is silly. Like this is not good. I mean, it wasn't good a lot.
So
Like
I guess
just,
maybe that was the fan, like the comic lore that they were squeezing in that they didn't really connect
That
with.
or the whole daddy issue act.
Yeah,
Because you got
yeah.
she didn't like her dad,
Yeah,
and then the cross guy didn't
See, I
like him
liked
as
all
a
that.
dad figure.
So we now
it worked
that,
for the story,
I actually,
in my opinion.
I liked the mentor, that thing. I liked that the bad guy almost has daddy issues with the original Ant-Man.
Michael Douglas.
I like that. I think that it's like the daddy issues thing with the girl. It's just like, look, you're already sitting in the kitchen. You know,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just.
Yeah, but they're sitting in the kitchen together because there's this greater danger that's forcing them together, but they still have issues that they haven't worked out.
Again,
I get it all.
I'll just tell you this. Go ahead, baby.
I do. I got it. And I did like the movie. I think I expected to like it more.
Well, I did build it up for you. I thought you were going to love it.
No, I thought that before you ever said anything.
Oh, okay.
There's just some parts where I was like the same thing. Like that acting's a little silly. That's kind of crazy. Like
I mean, he's sitting by the fireplace. He's standing by the fire.
And I get they toned down the Paul Rudd of the Paul Rudds, right? He didn't. He wasn't all Paul Ruddy. I almost think he just should have been.
He's standing by the fireplace and he's like not facing her, and he's just like, you know, your mother was with me in the battle, and she had to, you know, dig half the atom thing or whatever, and she died a hero. And why did you never tell me that? Why would you never
And
have
then I
told
fucking
me?
started laughing.
And we both died laughing. We were just like,
I don't remember
really?
her saying
He
that.
says
Did she say it?
subatomic, all dramatic.
Yeah.
Subatomic.
Yeah, she went subatomic, click mouth. And then she's just like, why is this the first time I'm hearing? Why would you have never told me this? And I'm thinking the same thing, like, why the fuck didn't you tell her that before?
So we were just watching it, and then we looked at each other, and the second we looked at each other, we were both like,
We just both died laughing. So
I don't know.
I don't know. Like up until
I did like it.
we liked it. It's just there was a part.
I'll go see the second one.
There's
I mean,
for sure a thing like deer in the middle. That I think she nails the Paul Rudd thing. Like I really do think she's onto something with that. Like I think that they tried to get him to downplay his Paul Ruddedness. You know, because whether they're trying to make
but in the
I
Avengers
feel like
movies, he was a little more
he was
Paul Rudd.
okay. Yeah, so the one where they all fight each other and
Right,
shit,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
showed up, he was Paul Rudd again.
Yeah.
And there he was funny. I think that's what made me excited about seeing this movie because I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, because I do love how he apologizes. Because that's my favorite thing about the new Spider-Man. I can't remember where you lie on the new Spider-Man.
I love it.
I loved Tobey Maguire. I really did think he was great. This new one, I think he's just amazing.
I agree.
I think he's the amazing Spider-Man. But I just love how like he's swinging and he knocks over some shit and he's like, sorry about that, you know, like, and I liked that about this Ant-Man character too. But he's better later, I guess, because I remember my first exposure to him was seeing him in that Avenger movie where they all fight each other.
Yeah, Civil War.
And I just thought he was fucking great.
Right.
You know, and
He
he's
was.
only in it for a minute, right?
Yeah,
Like
the airport
no,
scene.
I think
yeah.
that's your difference. 15 minutes versus an hour and 15
Exactly.
minutes.
Yeah, an hour and 15. And you know what? I get that it needs to be set up too. I mean, I think that's why a lot of people didn't like the first Christian Bale Batman, right? They didn't like that because they didn't like the fact that he, you know, it was like introducing him more than anything. But then obviously everybody grew to love that Batman, right? Like people like
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Overall.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I don't know that I've ever watched any of this. I remember I told you I tried to watch Batman versus Superman, and I thought it was so stupid.
It was.
It was really a tough watch for me.
Yeah.
But I really did try because I thought it'd be fun to come back and talk.
It was a tough watch for fans that liked it.
Hey, so but yeah, I didn't hate the movie. Once it was when we were like in the last scenes or whatever, and the battle was going on, and like he got his friends to help and all that shit. Like by that time, me and Casey were both like, okay, this is good. We like this. So Corey Stoll plays Darren Cross, who I guess becomes Yellow Jacket. Now, will we see him again? Or I mean, is he like a character, or is that just it?
Yeah.
I mean,
They'll do a different villain on the next one.
I think killing him in the bug zapper would have been awesome. Like I think that's how he should have went.
Just ended. Just
yeah,
like,
just like
it. Well,
bam, and that's the end of the movie. You know, like I was sitting there going, but Casey's like, there's no way he's dead or whatever, and I'm just like, damn, that would have been fucking good if that, like, if it's just that simple, you know, or he gets eaten by a lizard or something,
right,
you know,
right.
like that's got to be a thing that in the comics, does Ant-Man have to deal with that? Like
I don't know. I never read a bunch of Ant-Man comics.
Yeah, but I mean, like, wouldn't you think he'd have to deal with like predators, like frogs? Yeah, exactly. Like anything like that. So Corey Stoll, he did a great job. Anthony Mackie played obviously Falcon. Cool to see the whole Avenger thing, and cool to see Michael Douglas not know that that's there, and him just go, you know, this is not just a big warehouse, you know. This is fucking crazy. Judy Greer plays Maggie Lang. That's who you were talking about earlier, right? No?
Who?
Maggie
No.
Lang?
No.
Who's Maggie Lang? Who's Judy Greer?
She's the mom
Of who?
of the daughter.
The ex-wife.
Oh, so she's just in the suit.
She's the ex-wife.
No, she's the ex-wife.
No, Evangeline Lilly is the.
Of
Oh,
Paul
no.
Rudd's daughter.
No.
Paul Rudd's ex-wife.
The Wasp is
got
just
it, got it. Okay,
nobody. We
right.
don't know. There's no real character that plays her.
Yeah, and so Casey made a big deal about the fact that T.I. was in this. She's just like, T.I. always plays the same character. I don't even why
I
is
don't know who T.I.
Yeah,
is.
why is T.I. famous? What does he do?
He's a rapper and he's an actor. He's in a bunch of stuff. He goes to prison a lot, so it's like that's what I said. I said he always plays the same part, and then I go, and in real life,
Yeah.
but like.
He has
I
like
didn't know he was
17
in
kids and likes unregistered guns too
Yeah,
much.
he can't freaking just keep the fucking guns out of his car when
Yeah.
he's trying to
Is
on parole.
that it? He's like Plaxico Burress.
Is he for gun control at the
Hasn't
same
shot
time?
himself yet. but
Yeah, in a strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah, in sweatpants. Do you know that story? There's a football player named Plaxico Burress. He was a Steeler for a minute, but at the time he was a New York Giant, and he took a gun into a strip club in his sweatpants, and shot himself in the foot
Oh, I think I did hear
in the
that.
strip club.
Yeah.
Jeez. No, one time Matt Dillard had a gun holster in his leg at work. He's a hairstylist, you know. Sometimes you need.
How do I know? Oh,
You never know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but the holsters and the thing just like slid out from his foot. It didn't shoot or anything. Like, it doesn't get that interesting, but it just slid across the floor in the middle of the salon. And there's like people in the waiting room, and people literally just got up and just walked out. Like, I can't. Like,
Can't do it.
he's crazy. He's like like this amazing hairstylist man, but then he's also like, all right, I gotta go fucking chop down this log and do this thing and carry a gun in his fucking leg. But then he wants to like tell you what lipstick to match your highlights.
I
good
did
to
like
mix it up.
I did like the T.I. character in this though. I liked him, and I actually thought that we didn't list him, but I thought that other guy was really funny too. The I guess he's supposed to be like a German or a Russian guy. The other ex-con.
Yeah, I don't know what nationality. Like Ukrainian, probably.
That makes more sense. Haley Atwell played Peggy Carter. That's who you were talking about earlier, right?
Yes.
That
Yes.
they CGI'd her or something.
No,
or
they just put
made her. Okay.
Yeah, put makeup on her.
Made her look older. And then John Slattery played Howard Stark. Who we got to see him in the wasn't that the Civil War where the guy on the motorcycle is the one that Bucky is the one that ended up
killing
him, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That will cause if you kill your friend's parents, and their other friend tries to protect you, that's going to cause a rift.
That's right.
It is funny though, because now that we've watched a couple of this, like, because he's always like, I don't fucking know who any of these people are. There's too many things, and so this one starts, and he goes, "Did you pick up that that's Iron Man's dad?" and he's like dead
Yeah,
serious. Like, he
I
got
did.
one, and he needed to make sure that I knew about it.
really
and I'm
did.
like, yeah, I got that.
Yeah, I did. I really did. I paused it and everything. I'm just like, hey, babe, just make sure you're paying attention. Because it had just started. This is big. We're going to need to know this. Like, that's the Stark guy's dad. So, you got that, right?
I was like, got it. All right.
All right, guys. Let's dive into Ant-Man.
Thanks for picking me up, brother.
Well, you think I'm gonna miss my Shelly getting out?
Hey, how's your girl, man?
She left me.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom died too. And my dad got deported. But I got the van.
It's nice.
Yeah, right?
Thanks for the hookup, too. I needed a place to stay.
You wait till you see this couch. You're gonna be really happy. You're gonna be on your feet in no time. Watch.
I hope so.
Yeah, and I gotta introduce you to some people, some really skilled people.
Not interested.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious, man. I'm not going back. I got a daughter to take care of.
You know that jobs don't come easy for ex-cons, right?
Look, man, I got a master's in electrical engineering, all right? I'm gonna be fine.
La verdad se acabó. Se quedó.
Welcome to Baskin Robbins. If you like to try the new mango freeze whatever drink or whatever. Didn't you see that coming? But
aren't you like not supposed to? I guess if you're not on parole, I think you just get out sometimes and you're not on parole, right?
Yeah, I thought about the same thing.
not supposed
You
to, like,
can
hang
get out and not be on parole, and then you can do whatever you want because
Yeah,
you're not on
'cause
parole.
You're not supposed to hang out.
But
with
I
people
think
if
about
you're on
that
parole
constantly.
That are criminals.
Because every single time someone gets out of prison, I assume they're going to be on parole.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah. And you
yeah,
have
but
to have
if you serve your time, you serve your time.
Yeah,
right,
it's
but
done.
the way Hollywood treats people
It's
getting
like
out of
everybody's
prison,
out on
everyone's
parole.
on parole.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that obviously you serve your time. You can not get out, not get parole, and then you serve your entire time, and then you're just out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't guess I've really ever put any thought to that. I always just feel like if you get...
You should sit and think more.
Yeah, I don't ever do that.
No, you don't do
Never. I don't. In fact, I've thought about that recently.
Were you sitting?
No.
Oh,
I was driving, which I'm a captive sitting thinker.
with
then
the radio off.
no, there was like a podcast. I wonder sometimes. So like it's podcasts are like reading for me.
Yeah.
I'll get like 4 or 5 pages down, and then I forget that I read
Right,
the last two. I have to go back. So
Yep.
then I'll just hear something like, of course, all I listen to is true crime. So then
Right.
I'm like, and then she murdered her sister. And I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't know she had a sister. And I'm like, back. I got the Apple Watch. So I'm driving. So it's like minus 15, minus 15, minus 15, minus 15. He does it. Okay, yeah. And
He
then,
forgets to turn them off before he gets out of the car too. So we'll get in and this phone will plug up and it'll just be like, and then after the violent sexual assault and, and like all the kids are
I
like,
know, it
"Can we
is
just listen
really
to
true.
Can we just listen to hits one?
it really is true. Like
We just listen to It's a One.
yeah, I know. It's like, see, I do have to be careful because, like
Once they located the severed head.
the phone, the car senses that the phone's in there right when you get in, and it picks up where you left when you got out.
Yeah, mine does that. Yeah.
It's brilliant. It
Yeah.
really is. Like what they've done with car technology now is just amazing. But
They just
here's
need all of them just need to have
here's
Wi-Fi.
here's where you have to be
right?
careful. If you leave a sex video up on Safari and you get into the car,
Oh my god.
the sound will pop up. If it's the last thing with sound that you had on your phone.
Tell me that happened to you.
Got
Hold on, Casey.
Not that I've known.
no.
All I
you-
ever...
baby. You saw that it was happening and like got my
Oh,
phone,
that was
opened
on
it
the-
up.
That was on the iPad. No. That
Oh.
was a totally different situation.
Oh, okay.
He had the iPad was up and it was like we didn't have any Wi-Fi, so he's trying to get the Wi-Fi thing set up. Maybe we're about to take a long road trip, so Jack can use his iPad. And Jack's like, I just can't think, I can't. He's like, just give. And I said, just give it to me. And he's like, no, I've got. I'm like, just give it to me. So it's the gray screen. You can't see anything, but I can see up in the little search bar. It says Latina housewife gangbang. And I'm like, just give me the fucking iPad. So
Yeah.
he's trying to set up the little portable Wi-Fi so he can use it. And I'm like, XXX, delete, clear, clear all forever.
A, it's not a gangbang. It's only 2 dudes. And
Were they
secondly,
in a gang?
No, they're not in a gang. One of them is
Well.
real gross. Like he's so gross. Like I can't watch him do it to her. I have to like.
Oh, there
when-
was a girl. Because you just said 2 guys.
Oh no.
There wasn't a whole gangbang.
I
It was
gotta-
just 2 guys.
It was just 2 guys. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a. Yeah, that one of them was
No, I
dressed
said all
up
the time,
as a
he-
Hispanic woman.
He has a song about clearing his browser history, and he doesn't fucking do it. Like I'll go, you type in like Facebook, and it'll be like, "Fuck."
I'm
tube.
like fanatical about it. I'm like closing every little thing,
Yeah.
and I live by myself.
You know what the problem with it is though? Is now my iPhone has this thing where it's private browsing, so it doesn't remember anywhere I've been. And like, let's say like I find a really good one, and then I exit all out or whatever, even if I don't clear my browser history, I can never find that again. And then I got to try to think of what I searched for and the fucking web of shit I went through to end up there. And let's say it took me 15 minutes to decide. I'm never getting back. You know what I mean? It's like being lost in the forest with no breadcrumbs. Like, you're just, I mean, or lack of a better word again, you're fucked. You know what I mean? My sister's listening to this, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
I think my
older sister.
my cousin Brandon
and
is too.
her birthday's my sister Julie's birthday is today, and my sister Lori's birthday is July 4th.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, so happy birthday.
Clear your browser history.
Right. All right. Next clip.
3 years at San Quentin, huh?
You found out.
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Look, I'm sorry, all right, but no one would hire me.
Breaking and entering, grand larceny.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't do it anymore. I just try.
Respect. I couldn't be happier about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You really stuck it to those billionaire SOBs. And the more I read about what you did and stuff, I'm like, wow, I know this guy. I'm in charge of this guy.
Well, I'm very happy in this job, and I really just appreciate the opportunity to help
you're
support
fired, of course. I mean, can't really keep you on.
Wait, what? Fired?
Yeah.
Dale, look, it wasn't a violent crime. I mean, I'm a good worker.
No, it wasn't a violent crime. It was a cool crime. I'll tell you what, though, this would be totally off the books, off the records. But if you want to grab one of those mango fruit blasts on your way out the door, I'll just pretend I didn't see it.
And he does. He actually is walking down the street drinking one of those after it's over.
How many flavors does Baskin Robbins have?
You know this.
No, I'm asking you.
31.
31.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bad mark? Isn't that like, what if they wanted to add one more flavor? It fucks up everything.
Well, the idea was at the time.
Nobody
it's
wants
like,
that blue one.
like
That
let me
one's
put it.
gotta
Let me put. Hold on, but let me put it into like your sort of something that you would understand.
Oh, okay.
So like right now, like the place that has 100 beers on tap,
right?
That interests you.
Bennigan's is out of business.
You exactly. You like because they didn't have 100.
No, they had 100.
Oh yeah, fuck them. They're out of business. Now I do miss them though. That Tokyo O'Toole was something else. Yeah. So how about because I have a problem with people who don't know how to order at restaurants. Like I get.
Oh, that kid.
So the kid comes in and
anything just hot and fresh.
Yeah, anything hot. Let me get a pretzel with like maybe a hot dog. You know, pretzel with some whatever. I just want to punch that guy.
He's just like,
in the face. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think that because I'm in a fucking hurry. If I'm going through the drive-thru, it's because I'm eating in the car.
Right.
So if you don't know what you want at the place, you should have to go inside.
Yeah, we don't mess around. Like we were in line today at lunch, and we were at a place, and Everett didn't know what he wanted, and I was just like, out of the way, let that go.
Exactly.
We're not gonna
Let
sit here
that
and
guy go.
Stare at this dude until you figure it out. Like,
yeah, seriously.
I hate that.
It's like, and also, and why I'm at it, if you're ordering for the whole office,
at
Starbucks,
call
you
ahead.
have to call or go in, because everybody else, like I'm in that line. I don't even drink coffee for the love of God. My kids want these morning drinks and the what the fuck this blueberry scone thing or whatever, and I'm having enough trouble logging into the app. And I'm having to wait on you to order for your whole office to be nice to bring everybody a caramel frappuccino, flap, 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 no whip, no decaf, or whatever. And it's like, you go in, because that's too long.
What if you can't carry more than one drink?
Then they will help you out. And if they don't, they're getting paid too much because that's a good fucking job. It really is. Starbucks is a good job, yeah.
They give you insurance, you get college,
everything,
and over
they
10 or more
you
bucks an hour.
A partner.
A partner in the company. Yeah. It's a.
I don't know how they don't go out of business.
It's they charge $24 for a
frappuccino.
Yeah.
That's the part why I don't understand why they don't go out of business.
Because it's the best.
It's ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, dude, it's like anything
it's
else.
coffee
though.
for the people that don't drink coffee, and that's most of the people.
Couldn't you make an argument with that about anything, though?
Yeah.
Couldn't you make an argument with that about anything? Like, couldn't you say, like, I don't understand why people just don't play the strats that are made in Korea?
I just feel like there's a
nothing against the
easy,
Korean people. By the way.
There's an easy.
I realized we had a summit
way to charge less than them and still have good coffee and stuff.
It's not as good. It's just not.
Yeah, it's because they shove so much sugar in it.
I was
It's
basking
the
in
people that don't drink coffee. When I was trying to drink black coffee, just to like cutting out dairy and shit, their black coffee's fucking gross. Like I'd much rather have McDonald's or something. Like that's a 99 cent
McDonald's, but
coffee.
they figured it out. McDonald's figured it out though. They realized, you know what? Let's not make a profit of $5 on a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Let's make 30 cents, but sell 10,000 more a day.
Yeah, exactly. But
You know?
Starbucks is for people that don't want coffee that day. They want fucking 900 calories.
It's for the
3
people that
shots
want to
of
be
espresso.
seen in the Starbucks line.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's just something to it. I mean, again, I go there for my children because they like a certain thing and they get that, and it's fine, whatever. I mean, the other day we like go to on the way to school. I'll stop 2 days a week. So one day we'll go to Chick-fil-A, one day we'll go to Starbucks. You know, whatever. I don't give a shit. But this signing into this app, Jesus Christ.
Well, my ex.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Which one?
The second one.
Yeah.
Would go there twice a day. Starbucks. Twice
Really?
a day.
Hey.
And she even admitted that the tea was better at like Jack in the Box than
Right.
at Starbucks. But she always had to go to Starbucks.
Yeah, the best iced tea is at chicken places, and always know that. So I don't like the Cane's chicken or whatever, but their tea is amazing. Chick-fil-A tea, amazing.
Yeah.
Chicken Express.
Chicken Express, their tea is amazing. So chicken places always have good iced tea. I don't know why.
And Jack in the Box.
Whole thing. Do they have good iced tea?
Amazing iced tea.
You know who else has fucking badass iced tea? Rosa's Tortilla Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I think we've got off kilter again here. And I forgot what I was going to say. It was probably something really
Is
amazing.
it about going to Starbucks twice a day? Because that's expensive.
Oh, no, I was going to make an announcement.
I know.
I was actually going to make an announcement, and this is true. This is crazy, and I'm super excited about it. But I really do think, for the most part, I've kicked the diet soda.
Thank God.
And here's why. I used to have to go to Sonic every single day, get a huge one, diet soda. You know, I mean, right.
Yeah, we weren't sure.
You weren't assuming. And I would drink it, and then sometimes go back and get like a second one, right? And even before that, I would have like sodas here in the fridge, and I'd refill my cup.
Up the cup.
Okay, so first of all, we don't buy sodas here anymore unless we're having a party, and I don't drink sodas at home. And I don't go there. Sometimes I'll have somebody bring me one, but I never finish it. And I don't ever stop and get one when I'm out anymore just to get a drink.
Good. What are you drinking instead?
Water. I just drink
Good.
water all day.
After a few weeks, you will get addicted to water.
No,
it's been a little while.
I already am. It's been a while. Like I drink water all day. I carry a Yeti, literally from the time I get up to the time I go.
That's all I want to drink now.
So
is
in
ice water.
response to that, I recently have gotten re-addicted to energy drinks.
So true.
The sugar-free kind with aspartame, and I get the giant ones. And I just think about them. I've been thinking about it all day. I'm sitting here, and I want a Red Bull so fucking bad.
It really is.
It used to be Monster energy drinks. He remembers.
So I got a heart murmur.
I did get a heart murmur. It happens.
She'd go through cases a week.
Yeah, I would just buy them from Costco, and it would be like in the winter, I'd just keep them in the back seat. They were always cold. It was awesome.
Well, good, Jared. I'm glad.
Yeah, so I feel good about that. Yes, sir.
When I came in, I had to move a big gallon liter of Sonic soda.
Yeah, a Route 44. Did it still have liquid in it? Yeah.
God,
because I didn't finish it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I had to
peed
like
in that.
move it out of the way to get to the keyboard.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. Oh, and also it was sitting there because I
think I just brought you one the other day that you didn't ask for.
I didn't. Yeah, that did happen the other day. Yeah, I was in here working. You brought me.
It hasn't been spoken yet that you're quitting, so
right.
I was just being nice.
Well, you know, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm quitting, but like today at lunch, maybe for the first time ever, I got like the medium soda instead of the big one, and I didn't finish it. It tasted delicious with my lunch.
Oh, okay.
I had a few sips of it, and I threw it away. I didn't refill it when I left and take it with me like I ordinarily would. Normally, I'd get the biggest thing that they've got, drink the whole thing, refill it, you know, and I just
You'll get to a point where it starts to not taste good.
I don't have the taste for it
I didn't drink
anymore.
soda for what, like a year probably?
A year, and now she's drinking root beer from time to time.
Holy shit, I had fucking strawberry Fanta today. Everything shit's going crazy.
What is happening over there?
I don't know. I'm fucked.
All right, so we talked about that. We talked about the fact that he grabs the mango fruit blast on the way out, of course. Gets home. There's some waffles. Casey freaks out because T.I.'s in the scene. And this is where I was going to ask you about the CGI, but we already covered that the young Michael Douglas CGI.
Yeah, I thought it was exceptional, too. I mean,
really
he
good.
Looked really, really like himself.
I
never can pick up on that. I thought that fucking now super obvious Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man young version. I was like, man, they did a really good job on his makeup. Like, it's so shiny and glowy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Star Wars one. The dead guy, when the first new Star Wars movie came out, I didn't realize that the one guy was CGI. And during the movie, I had no idea. And then when we rewatched it, seeing it close up, like on a computer screen or whatever, like you're just like, oh, well, yeah, I can tell the that's like.
Right.
But this, even like watching this scene earlier, you know, I wouldn't know except for
they look great. I love that they can do that now. It just
it's pretty crazy, and you know, and it's fun also to see young Michael Douglas click talking, you know, because it's like, oh my god, he talks like an old man. That's fucking hilarious. All right, guys. Well, we are talking about the movie Ant-Man this week. Were you guys both able to watch the movie this week? Rodden?
Yes, I did fall asleep for a bit, but I'm sure you won't ask any questions about those.
Completely
15.
understood on this one. And Daniel Cotton, did you watch it at all?
Yeah, I did.
What is that supposed to mean?
Why the why that little voice?
Of course, he hated the movie that's in my top 5.
Is this really in your top 5
of the Marvel movies? Yeah.
Man, that is really interesting. I'll get into it. I'm not going to hate on it, but I do have some input where that's concerned.
Yeah, well, I'll do the hating on it. That's fine.
Daniel,
I'll join
you really sound like you're from Manchester when you get angry. I've noticed. Most of the time, you're quite neutral.
I'm fucking fuming right now. That's the problem.
Isn't it funny that we can't tell the difference?
Yeah,
Like, it's
no,
like,
it's
yeah,
the
it
same.
just sounds exactly like you sounded a minute ago. All right, guys, let's get into this game that we like to call 5 questions, where we ask you 6 questions, and the high score is 6 because Will quit the show, and we no longer have a 7th question. All right, guys, question number 1 will, of course, be about the movie Ant-Man. In the movie Ant-Man does have a fight with one Avenger. Who is that Avenger that he fights with? He does a fist fight with one Avenger. You think we'll get flagged for that if I sing that?
Probably. On Facebook, yes.
What's that? What's the
Jeopardy?
No. What's the app where you can play music into it and it?
Shazam.
Somebody came up to a show when that app first came out, and we're like, dude, will you just sing your song into this and see if it picks up? And I did, and it fucking did.
That's
it worked.
hilarious.
So, but could anybody sing that song into it and it would figure it out? I wonder.
In your register, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Gotta like mup it up a little bit,
Yeah,
you know,
mup
like, hey, you know, okay, yeah, Bruce Springsteen. You know, that's me making fun of myself. Madonna. All right, guys.
Isn't it, Rodden? Isn't it funny how we can't tell the difference? It's like, oh, you just sounded like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Cotton. That's why he tours with me when I am in England, because I love the little guy. I love him. And he funny. All right, guys. I could have done like a Roadhouse right there, but I didn't have it up. So my apologies that you didn't get that, Daniel. But
Roadhouse.
There you go. All right. Let's see your answers. Daniel Cotton, what did you say? What Avenger did he fight with in the movie Ant-Man?
I have no idea. So I've written the word Hawk, and just so you know,
that explains why he hates this movie.
My plan is I'm going to do a shot for every question we do.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, hey, if you're gonna do that, can we check back in with you after the show? Like after we've been sitting here for 3 fucking hours, can I then Skype you again and just check in and see how you're doing?
100%.
That's happening, dude. Sean, do not let me forget to Skype Daniel at the end of the Ant-Man podcast after he's just done 5 shots, and he's gonna drink beer the whole time too.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's gonna be one-eyed Daniel. All right, guys.
Jesus
That's what he calls his penis.
Hey,
so let's, Rod and James, what did you say?
This was literally the bit I was asleep in. Seriously.
Okay.
I've gone for Hawkeye. I don't even know if he's actually an Avenger.
You guys were actually Hawkeye is an Avenger.
Just not that one.
He is also character. That guy is in the movie Tag, which is really fucking funny. If you guys haven't seen Tag,
It looks good.
Is
That's
great.
Jeremy Renner, isn't it?
It is, but I do need to tell you guys that you both did get the wrong flying predator here. The answer, of course, was Falcon.
That's right.
Falcon.
Oh,
we don't have to
yeah,
clap.
we don't have
I
to
got
clap.
it right.
Yeah.
So 0-0. You're both doing amazingly well. Coming into question number 2. In the movie Ant-Man, the name of the original Ant-Man sidekick will be appearing. That superhero will be reintroduced in the new upcoming movie. What is the name of said sidekick? That's right. It's a very easy one, in fact. Let's go to Rod and James first. What is the name of the sidekick with the boobies?
The Wasp.
He went with the Wasp. Now let's go to Daniel Cotton. What did you say, sir? Wasp. That is correct. Yes, absolutely. I would have also accepted that band that does Blind in Texas. It is 1-1. We'll go down to question number 3. Daniel Cotton, that was shot number 2. I think I'm starting to feel it somehow.
I don't know. Tingly.
What kind of Skype is this? Yeah, really? Like did you feel that one? Like your fingertips are going, oh, I like this, I think. Yeah, what is that? Oh, what is that, cinnamon? What are we having here? All right. Let's go now to question number 3. For you guys, that is 3. For us down here, it just means 3-2, but we just hear it either way, and it's a way of life. Sorry. Question number 3 here.
Build a wall.
We go. And Gabe is actually married to a real live Mexican person.
Yep.
That is true. He
That
is
is
a
true.
half Mexican child.
She can stay.
Correct.
Yeah.
She has tacos.
She does. All right, let's go to question number 3, guys. You're both doing really well. Question number 3. The name of the Stark character that appears in this movie is who? Either I'll take his first name or his relation to Tony Stark. The Stark character that does appear in this movie, I will take his name or his relation to Tony Stark. Daniel Cotton looks confused or drunk. I can't tell which one.
Both.
Both. That's right. Now it sounds like we're watching a golf tournament now. All right, low and outside. He's gonna got a little bit of a hill there to climb. Daniel Cotton, let's go ahead and check in with your answer here on 18.
I've gone with I do not know this answer.
Okay. Now, let's go. And he's doing shot number 3. All right, Rod and James, what'd you say, bud?
I think he must have been Tony's father.
That was Tony Stark's father. That is correct. Absolutely. Good job, guys. He actually appears in quite. Now, I haven't seen all of these Avenger movies, but he appears in several of them. So
Yes.
a good gig for that guy, the guy from the
Mad Men.
At Mad Men. Yeah, the guy who he's kind of the coolest dude in Mad Men. I only watched the first 2 seasons, but
He's pretty badass.
He's awesome in it. You know, he's like the boss. Always has a drink in his hand. You know, do you think all of them? Do you think they smoke real cigarettes on that set? Like, or are they fake? Like, or some kind of like tobacco free?
I'm not sure if there's a law. I mean, it's California, so and they're inside.
Yeah, but
so,
here's the thing. Do you know that if you're performing and a cigarette is part of your performance, you can actually do it? So
It's
like
legal.
if on Broadway. So, you know, for a long time, Chris used to smoke cigarettes on stage because he would say it's part of his show. And we used to get away with that shit. I'm not kidding. And I was just as surprised as everybody else. Like, nobody else is smoking in here, but he is.
well,
you know?
I mean, you do have pyrotechnics, so
That is true.
yeah.
Yeah, it is 2-1 going into question number 4. Daniel with a very disappointing question number 3 right there. But going into question 4, I can see that he's really starting to get his groove. Please give it back to Stella when you get a chance. That joke was so bad. Holy shit! Like that,
took me a second.
I'm embarrassed
Waka waka.
of that joke. Like that is 100% a Fozzie Bear joke. You're right.
I'm gonna stop answering to you if you keep making jokes like that.
Okay. Question number 4 will, of course, be about the movie Ant-Man. In the movie Ant-Man, in order to wear the suit, what piece of equipment is the most crucial to keep the wearer safe? What piece of equipment is the most crucial to keep the wearer of the costume safe? It's spelled out for you right there in the movie. And let's go to Ron and James first. Ron and James, what piece of equipment is most crucial?
Regulator.
Okay, he went with the
Right.
regulator. And then what did you say, Daniel?
Said helmet.
That's actually
the correct answer.
Well, they're both the correct answer.
Well, but he
It's
does specifically say that without the helmet or whatever, that it would literally like rearrange your brain
chemistry. Yeah,
chemistry
but,
and
but
stuff.
also the regular keeps him from going subatomic.
Understood, but I don't know. Okay, we're gonna give it to them both. Is
Yeah,
that what you're
I
saying?
think so.
Okay, you're both correct. Regulators mount up. All right, so you give them both a point on that. It's 3-2 going into question number 5, which is awesome because 3 + 2 = 5. Holy shit! That just happened. That just happened. All right, guys. Question number 5, and then that'll be it from me. Thank the Lord. In the movie Ant-Man, it's a movie, and it's about ants. Name 2 of the kinds of ants that Ant-Man uses in his army. I'll take the nickname or the proper name. 2 of the kinds of ants that he uses. This is a very easy question if you just know anything about ants, but if you get the nicknames, I'll think high.
Wait,
more
what's the
highly.
question?
Name 2 of the kinds of ants that he uses in his workings, his army.
Okay.
I can think of 3 major ones. Hi, buddy. Ant-Man is super strong, isn't he? Yeah. By the way, my son just woke up from his nap to tell you guys that Ant-Man is strong.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good job, buddy. Did you say hi to Gabe? Scarlett's dad? Yeah. All right, Daniel Cotton. 2 kinds of ants.
This is mainly a guess, but I said crazy and fire ants.
And Rod and James, what did you say?
I had fire, and I thought it was one called Bullet or something like that.
There was a
Right,
bullet
yep.
ant, right? Yeah, those are both correct. Good job, guys. Yes, they did fire ants, crazy ants, carpenter ants, a few other ones there. And
Wait, who got that one right?
but they both got it right.
Both got it right.
But my favorite, these fire ants, because
Yeah.
they could like.
That's part of my question.
Oh, sorry. All right. Now, guys, it is 4-3 going into Rich's bonus question. Here we go. Take it away, Rich.
All right. Okay, so write this down. You've got bullet ants, carpenter ants, crazy ants, and fire ants. Okay, so those are your 4 ants. And then write down their traits. So you've got architecture, electricity, flight, and pain. Now match the characteristic with the type of ant.
Can you say that again?
Yep. Bullet, carpenter, crazy, fire. And architecture, electricity, flight, and pain.
Yeah, I think I know what this is. Also, did I mention that my children will be meeting their new aunts on the 4th of July? And my sister Julie is listening right now. No. Wait. I just messed that up because I was talking to Lori. My sister Lori is listening right now, and it's my sister Julie's birthday.
Ah.
So happy birthday, Julie. My sister Julie's birthday. I got to learn all their birthdays, man. You know, like it's a whole new arsenal of stuff I got to learn. I got to learn. Like, and
can't you just put them in your calendar and let it remind you?
I got all these nieces and nephews now, though. You know, but they're all grown, so it's like it's the 18-year-old rule.
Yeah.
You know, with nieces and nephews, once they're 18, you don't got to buy them anything anymore.
Right.
So, which is nice. Sometimes there's a bit of a learning curve for them, though. They expect some shit. You know, my brother's daughter did not know what hit her when she turned 18, and I stopped buying her shit. And it wasn't my rule; it was the ex-wife's rule. So you know, but that doesn't mean I'm going to start buying stuff for her again. She's older than my wife. All right, back to the show. All right, Rich, why don't you figure out how to get their answers from? Because I'm
read them to me.
All right,
Rich, can you read the options one more time? I missed one.
Bullet, carpenter, crazy, fire, architecture, electricity, and you spell that with a T-E-C-T. Electricity,
you, Rich?
the flight, and pain.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right, so match the ant with the characteristic. Or we could go with my other question, which is, what 3 things could you do to improve Evangeline Lilly to make her an 11?
I didn't know her name. She's got a nice mouth, though. She really does. She's probably going to be like super hot in the new movie, right? Because they're going to put her in that outfit.
Oh yeah.
And that, I mean, because even the old lady that they had dressed up in that thing looked nice.
The old lady.
Yeah. Sorry, she didn't live to be an old lady, did she?
Yeah. Well, she was CGI, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some questions about that too. All right, guys. So you want to go to Rod and James for his answer first?
Sure.
Rod and James.
Okay.
What say you?
I say crazy electricity, bullet flight, fire, pain, carpenter, architecture.
Okay, and then Daniel Cotton.
I think I went with the same. Crazy, electricity, bullet, flight, blood, pain, carpenter, architecture.
Nope, that is wrong. Bullet is pain. Fire is
flight.
No, fire is
not flight.
Architecture, and carpenters were flight.
Oh, that's right.
Well, that makes no sense.
I know.
That's a good question because because you associate pain with fire ants,
right? And they did say something about there, but bullet ant had the #1 on the pain index.
Really?
And then the fire ants were the little ones that made all the architecture that like did all the stuff. That's what they were.
Yeah, those are the ones that like they can make a rope for him to climb up.
Right,
and stuff.
exactly. Yeah,
pretty crazy. Well, we do have a winner by a commanding 1 point. Rod and James is today's winner. Daniel Cotton.
Did you have a bonus?
I do have a bonus.
Oh my God, guys! Gabe is here and has come in to save the day with a super hard bonus question for Daniel Cotton. Now,
Super hard
Daniel,
question.
you get this. Damn it! If you get this right, Daniel, you do win all of the marbles. Okay? Sorry, I cannot provide Jenna marbles for you. That was on the list.
Man, I would love that.
I know you would. Dude, I don't think we're even going to need to check in with you after the podcast, I'm going to be honest. All right, take it away, Gabe.
All right. In the movie Ant-Man, who was the manufacturer of the safe that was broken into at the beginning of the movie?
That is hard.
Who was the manufacturer of the Hank Pym safe broken into at the beginning of the movie?
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you that I know about that, Gabe. It began with a C. I think it was 3 syllables, something like Caledonian, but I don't think that's what it was. So I don't know.
Wait, you're sure it's not Caledonian?
That's what I'm going to go with, but I don't know.
I think but he said 3 syllables and he provided us with a 5-syllable word.
Well, this is shot number 5. So.
All right. The answer was Carbondale. So you were close.
That was
3 syllables.
You
and
really
a C.
were. Yeah, you really did. He got the first diphthong right too.
He worked it out like he was on $1 Million Pyramid. What's that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh,
he
yeah.
worked it out like that,
Yeah.
and then just bombed it at the end.
Well, it was super close, guys. Is that shot number 5 or is that shot number 7?
Oh my
Holy
God!
shit. Oh my God!
He's gonna poop himself.
Just text
Daniel,
me.
Do I need to phone 999 now, or shall I give it half an hour?
Daniel, if you start to pass out, text me and we'll call you then. Like that way.
I'm going to stick around for the whole live stream, and I'll let you know that I'm still here at the end.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh my God. If you guys want, if you're on the live stream and you want some entertainment, just read this guy's comments in about an hour. All right, guys, well, we got to get with it. We got a show starting in 9 minutes. We're doing Ant-Man. Thank you guys both for being so awesome. Daniel, thank you for upping your pledge, by the way. We'll be introducing you as a one of our bosses today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, much love to you both, and we'll see you guys soon, okay?
All right, take care.
Cheers, guys.
Daniel, I'll see you in Texas. Bye, Ronan.
Bye.
Well, I was inspired by the legend of the Ant-Man. And with my breakthroughs shrinking inorganic material, I thought, could it be possible to shrink a person? Could that be done? Well, it's not a legend anymore. Distinguished guests, I am proud to present the end of warfare as we know it. The Yellow Jacket. The Yellow Jacket is an all-purpose weapon of war. capable of altering the size of the wearer for the ultimate combat advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he's just stealing the guy's thing, like, right in front of him. You know, like, welcome. Hey, thanks for coming to this debut thing of where I stole all your groovy ideas. You know what I mean? You know, like you had all this time, you put all this time and energy into this thing, and guess what I've been working on while you've been getting old and just eating vagina all the time. You know?
The vagina.
Can we
What?
talk?
The vaginas.
Can we talk about the quote-unquote advantage that they would really have without the movie magic? It would take him forever to get anywhere at that size. It's like, I measured it like an ant step versus a person step.
Right.
Like, a person could run 3 or 4 steps, and it would take the ant size forever to get there, like hours.
But isn't that the point? That he has to learn to get himself big and small. Kind of
like when he's
kind of
fighting-
like me on a long night on vacation.
But
I'll
when
tell
he's-
you that much.
When he's fighting the hawk guy, and he's like running away from him small, and the hawk guy's flying.
Oh, hold on. I made myself laugh.
He was too amused by his erection.
And then I did you and Casey were talking, and I did a Korean guitar joke for the guitar nerds over here to the left, and they're both like,
I play a Korean guitar. Thank you very much.
So the other thing is, and maybe, I don't know, you said you didn't read these comics? Yes or no?
No, when they announced Ant-Man, I was like, really?
Well,
that,
everyone
that
did.
it was going to be a movie.
And I did this.
Yeah,
I
was
did the
like,
same thing about
why?
Thor
Right.
too, and Thor is my favorite. But
Iron Man was nobody when they announced
right,
that,
exactly,
too,
yeah.
so-
Yeah, because I never knew who Iron Man was. I knew
Right.
who Thor was because of Adventures of Babysitting.
Yes.
right. Well, the thing is, his whole gimmick is that he shrinks down to the size of an ant.
Yeah.
But he has the same mass as when he's big. That's why he can punch you, and
Yeah.
it feels like someone regular size punches you.
No.
But you just can't see where it's coming from.
In fact, it's not that. He shrinks exponentially to the amount that his strength actually multiplies. So he's stronger as an ant than he is as a big person. So he's literally like, because they say that like a ant can lift like however like 20, 30 times its
I
body.
think it's like something crazy, like
or
500
500 times his body weight. So that's the thing. It actually says it in the synopsis. It says, over to Jaret for the original synopsis. Shrink in scale, but increase in strength.
Okay, but he keeps his mass, is how they explain it.
Are we talking
in the
about his
movie.
penis?
No. But he says, I think it was Michael Douglas that says that you keep you retain the mass that you have as a normal sized person. But if you retain the mass, you
Right.
weigh the exact same amount.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So if you're standing on someone's shoulder, it's
Right.
going to feel like a 170-pound man is standing on your shoulder.
You know what I would do every time I have to pee? I would pee as the ant, because then it just takes like a little bit, and then you're out of there.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's how it works
That's
either.
what you just said. Like okay, you're saying that it'd be like exponential. It'd be like that'd be okay. You're right.
Well, your pee hole's smaller, so it would take the same amount of
the
time.
same amount of time to get
out.
the liquid out.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry I brought that up.
Bad radio, but look at your phone.
At my phone right now. Okay.
This is terrible radio.
Yep, this is not good radio.
It's great video though.
Just look down.
Oh my
Look
God!
down.
Tell me it's not the
Did
same.
you make that?
I just scribbled on it.
Is
Tell me
that
that doesn't look just like him.
We gotta send that to. We gotta send that to him. To the yellow. I mean, here we're learning really about what the Ant-Man thing is all about. It's the suit, and it's not a suit; it's a vessel kind of thing. But the thing is that
That's
I
good
don't-
observation. It
any-
is kind of a vessel, huh?
anytime anything shrinks, like it's always kind of like just one of those things where it's just like I just don't really understand. So anybody that puts
Too
this
many
suit
penis
on,
jokes there.
you know what I mean? Anybody that puts this suit on,
Right.
or that could fit in there.
Right.
So it's not like I can't put this suit on.
I like that. I like that they picked someone who's the same size as Michael Douglas, so that I didn't have to go. Michael Douglas is wearing the suit. He's 5'10".
Right.
Paul Rudd's 6'4". How did he get into this suit? You know, that
Right,
thing.
but
I'm glad
yet-
that it was the same size person.
Well, it can shrink you. I bet it could stretch.
But yet this Corey Stoll guy is a giant.
Yeah. Well, he
And-
wasn't going to put that suit on.
No, but he's putting on this other one, so.
But
he's
that was
gotta
made
go
for him, though.
Oh, was that the whole point?
Yeah.
I thought he was doing this for the money.
Well, I mean, I'm
he
just
keeps
saying.
talking about how much money he's
I'm just
making
saying
off-
he has a giant building
sell
with
the-
supercomputers.
Yeah,
he can
he'll
make
sell
a
the
suit that fits
technology
him.
for weaponry.
Yeah, he's selling the technology to these bad guys. What are they called? They're
Yeah, but he's
Hydra.
He's making it to multiple
Cobra,
an army of people. So I'm sure he has more than one suit.
No, that's the thing. I got the impression that neither one of them had an extra suit. Like, fucking make a backup.
Well, okay, so we do find out at the end that Michael Douglas that this suit is actually the backup suit. So, which is interesting because he did say, he goes, I should have known you had a backup suit. That's super interesting because where's the original suit? Like, because where is it?
Wait, what did he say that?
At the end, when he shows up and he sees Ant-Man, he goes, I should have known you had a backup suit. Meaning the original suit is somewhere and Michael Douglas doesn't have it. That happened. And
see, I took that as because he had said, "Oh, I got rid of it long time."
Oh, he
ago."
destroyed it or
That's
something.
what he was trying to just.
Understood.
That.
Oh, okay.
That's how I took it.
Got it. Okay, and maybe that's the thing too.
So he says backup, but in reality, it's the original.
It's the okay. Good call. So yeah. So I mean, the daughter's birthday. Of course, it's going to be a fucking cop that calls her sweetheart in front of her dad that's been in jail or whatever. Like that gave me anxiety so bad. It really did.
How
like,
long was he in jail?
I don't know that we know,
Couldn't
right?
have been that long because she's like, Daddy, and she's pretty young, so it
Yeah.
couldn't have been like years and years or.
Well, long enough for her mom to shack up.
I
with
bet
a
it was
cop.
like 2 years or something like that. It was just burgling. It wasn't like armed
But that was
robbery.
a pretty casual, like, Daddy's at my birthday party, not like,
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in 2 years.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, there was a little weirdness with that. Like, there's no daddy issues.
Maybe it was
yet.
18 months.
But that little girl is 100% going to end up a stripper.
yeah, we talked about the fact that he's kind of a shitty dad, right?
Yeah.
Have we talked about that?
Are you kidding? Like he's terrible. He's been in jail for Christ's sake.
Is she going to be the kind that pees on you, or
There's no strippers that do that.
Oh.
Not in this country.
no? I meant like that's not what I meant.
What?
I mean,
He does not want this to lead back to hookers peeing on Donald Trump in Russia. That's what's happening right now.
Oh,
No, that's
you
not
and
what I
Linus talk about they pee on you.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, that's
Christ.
marking territory.
Marking
Yes,
territory,
Of course.
right,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
our thing. It's
Yeah.
like they'll come up. They'll just be like, "You want to dance?" And we're like, "No, we're just having some beers. We're actually talking some business." Oh, good. Can I just sit here then? And it's like, no, but yeah, I guess. And then nobody hotter is going to come talk to you.
Right.
You just got peed on.
Right.
That just happened. Just a little strip club education there for all you guys.
101.
So the guy's an asshat, apparently. He calls him an asshat. I don't know why I wrote that down. Did somebody repeat it or something?
No, it's because he goes, you watch your language. And he goes, well, I said hat. Instead of
Oh,
like-
that's right. Yeah, he calls me. They go, why'd you marry an asshat? And she goes, you need to watch your language. He goes, I said hat. Yeah, that's right. All right, so then this poor Frank walks into this with the bad guy, and he's the first guy we get to see zapped.
In
And
the
made
bathroom?
smaller, but he becomes just a little
Glob. Goop.
little glob to be
And
cleaned
that's
up.
because he's not wearing the suit, right?
He
Oh.
becomes what we call in the medical world of having babies a mucus plug.
What?
I don't know. He was
Mucus
disgusting.
Thank you for that.
Okay, that's interesting, but isn't
A
what
bloody
he's trying?
show.
But what he's trying to accomplish is just make things smaller, because this is the same thing that he's shooting the sheep with, right?
Well, Michael Douglas makes a point to say, I don't think he knows yet that you can't not be enclosed in a protection thing, and that's why he kept getting the globs of stuff.
But they got the sheep to do it.
But he was in
Finally.
that container, remember?
Yeah.
And because he picked him up in the container. I mean, I think I don't know.
No, that makes sense. That's why.
Because the first one wasn't, and it was
Yeah, and
mucus
it
plug.
Right, because they just wiped it up right afterwards.
Yeah. You're exactly right. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because he's in the thing or whatever, and then he thumps it a little.
I thought you were gonna say mucus plug.
There is there anybody in this room that didn't want to hold that little baby lamb? I wanted to hold it so bad.
Did you know? Like, I just dreamt about that when I was a kid. Like, I just want a tiny elephant that
I also
can
got to
have.
explain to a 4-year-old what happened to the first lamb.
Oh, you watched this with your kid?
What happened to it? Mucus plug. I don't know.
Let me show you Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between a lamb and a sheep? Is there like a big difference?
Also had
other
that
than
conversation.
Well, isn't
I don't know.
a lamb is a baby sheep?
Okay.
I don't know if is that true?
100%. That's why a veal is a baby cow.
So the
Veal is a
things.
delicious
What are the
meal.
cute things that jump around and jump on stuff?
Those are
and
goats.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely
Scare
right.
them, they faint.
You can fucking. They do this at Lava Cantina. There's a thing called baby goat yoga. And you do yoga, and these little motherfuckers just come climb on you and shit. Like you're doing a downward dog, and they're just like sitting there on your ass,
yeah.
you know, just looking at you and shit. And
I'm
you
very
know.
intrigued by these goats that jump around.
Her-
I feel like I want
Actually, I
one in
guess
my
it's-
life.
I
but
guess it's
I
their friend.
I heard it's not a good thing.
You know Austin, right?
I think I met him once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're not
Casey's friend Austin had two of them. And man, he'd put them in pajamas and shit, and they ran around his house.
Awesome.
It was the cutest damn thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen
he
in,
just posts,
in
like,
my
videos all
life.
the time, just like driving in the car, and he'd be like, "I'm just sitting here," and he'd like go over and it's like, meh.
Yeah,
You
they're
know?
just like driving around with them. They were the cutest damn things you've ever seen.
But what's the downside? There's got to be like a huge downside, or everyone would have fucking sheep
No,
instead of
they're-
dogs
they're loud
because
and
they're
they'll-
way cuter than dogs.
No, that was a goat though, not a sheep. I mean,
That's what I said. Yeah.
What did I say?
Well,
you said sheep.
God damn it.
Well, no. Here's the because it's a high maintenance pet. It's like they can't eat just like sheep food. I mean, like you can't
Goat.
buy that at the. Do
Sorry,
you know?
I started
actually, this is true. I actually researched this in case you will tell you. You can have a pet skunk,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually an awesome pet. They're like.
You can de-stink them.
They're like the cross between a dog and a cat. Like they're smart like a dog, but they're sort of cuddly like a cat. The problem is, and you can train them to be like litter box trained and all that. The problem is their diet. They're like super, super high maintenance. Like you have to prepare their food every day.
Yeah, they're funny. I was telling about it, so we were watching YouTube videos, and like they're just waddling around your house, like they're hilarious.
Oh my god! And they just cuddle with you, and they're really, really smart. And you know, so we got a dog. You got to be careful with any. Apparently, anything that says it's miniature, it's gonna fucking grow up. You know, at some point.
No, that's the worst part.
Like
Kids too, by the way.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like an 18-year prison sentence. You know, like you're in for 18 years.
Yeah.
And then, and you know, they could fuck up at like 16, and you're like, all right, we'll see you later. I mean, like you got 2 years off.
Right.
You never know.
My ass. Do you feel like you're done?
No.
Oh, any updates there with the amazing internet promotion that you
She's
turned
still
down?
not talking to me.
About what?
She's still not talking to you because of that.
Wait, because of what?
Are you being serious?
Well, I mean, like, I already told the story. I don't want to get into it again. But
No, but you could retell the story because not everybody listens to every show. So, but hold on, I'll surmise it for you.
Because I don't, like, I went into detail, and I don't want to go into detail. Anyway, she's
no,
mad
but-
about that. She sent me that hateful text during Father's Day.
Hold on. She asked for $5,000 to do Instagram publicity
Oh yeah, because she wants to be famous.
for her because she wants to. But the only way they're going to be famous is spend $5,000 on Instagram to advertise to.
And I don't want to make this out to like my daughter's terrible or anything. She's not.
That's
She's
just a stupid fucking thing to do.
She's just 18. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I was the
Kid.
same way when I was that
I
age.
get it, sure.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. But she should understand that you're saying that's not a good way to spend this money.
Correct.
And you would give her that money to help her career in another way.
Right.
And you have done that.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead.
So, well, I'm just saying. And then Father's Day came. She didn't show up, and I gave all the reasons for it and stuff. And then she texted me some hateful thing about 7 years ago, when I know for a fact it's because I didn't give her money for the Instagram thing.
Right.
And so she's still not talking to me.
All you gotta do is take
Because
a
she's
screenshot
following
of-
through.
All you gotta do is take a screenshot of
She's
some
my-
of her tweets and send them to her and just go, let's get these straight.
She's my child.
She's you as a
She's
girl.
gonna hold this grudge
Yeah,
for a while.
because that's what she does. That's what you
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
she's the female version of me
yeah,
for sure.
you say you fucking drawn the line. Like, are you even?
I still text her and she just doesn't reply.
Are you
How do
talking to your
feel
brother?
About Scarlett ever becoming the female version of you?
Not good.
Exactly.
Not.
No.
I mean, I'm awesome, but
No,
You
but
are
no,
awesome.
but nobody wants to put up with him.
no.
See, my daughter has my sense of humor. She has my anxiety. I do believe that she's benefit of the doubt girl. I think that she's
You
got.
always say she's just like her mom.
I think she looks like her mom. She's organized like her mom. But I do think like her personality, like the way that she reacts to life, is very much like me. Like again, her friend card's never full. That's a Jaret characteristic.
But she's afraid to like send her food back.
And she's afraid to send her food back.
Yeah, she's gonna have a hard time.
I'm the same fucking way. Like I don't return things because I'm fucking. I don't. It's uncomfortable for me. I don't know. I feel like I did something wrong. You know what? I made a mistake in my shopping. I'm sorry that I
You
did
take
this.
personal responsibility for your bad shopping.
I should not.
She's
You know
the same
what?
way. She freaked
I
out.
shouldn't have picked the broken one.
When we were first
you know,
dating,
I'm sorry about that.
It's just my luck. I got the crappy steak.
Not
I'm
even
sorry.
first dating, but like first kind of together for a little while. I took her and my niece to go get her nails done. My niece has no problem saying what she fucking wants.
Right.
You know, she's been raised by my mother, and I was raised by my mother.
The other
so she
Emma.
gets her nails done, and I saw the picture that she showed him, and then I looked at what it looked like, and I was like, "That's not what you wanted." And she's like, "It's fine," and you could just see like.
Mhm.
So I go get the guy, and I'm like, "Hey, actually, she wanted it like this," and you would have thought that I fucking just like bombed the entire place. I mean, she
Yeah.
was horrified that I like had that he repainted 2 fingernails to like she wanted a sparkly one, you know,
Yeah.
like give her the fucking sparkly fingernail. Like,
Yeah.
I just paid you $50 for 20 minutes of your time. Like
I've never gotten the haircut I asked for, and I always say, "Oh, looks great."
Yeah.
that's why
I'm out.
But
And
that's
wearing
why
a
you've
hat.
never gotten the haircut that you've asked.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I just don't want to deal
Go
with
to
it.
the same person 3 times and then just say, "Hey, last time I liked this, but I didn't like this," and
I-
then the next time say,
I've
"Last time
act-
I liked this,
I
didn't like this,"
did
and you'll be
that,
fine.
and that actually worked. But then I don't know where he is now.
I actually have a couple of tattoos where I was like,
That's why I don't get tattoos, by the way. Just because of that.
fuck it. You know what you do? You just get
Which
more.
ones?
Oh no.
Can I guess?
And
No.
he tells me about this girl Emily that we used to kick it with. It was actually the first pair of boobs that I ever touched.
It's the wrong details. It's the wrong. It has nothing to do with the story. Go.
So, he tells me that she's working as a housekeeper now, right? And she's dating this dude Carlos, who's a shot caller from across the bay. And she tells him about the dude that she's cleaning for, right? That he's like this big shot CEO that is all retired now, but is loaded. And so Carlos and Ernesto are on the same softball team, and they get to talking, right? And here comes the good part. Carlos says, "Yo, man, this guy's got a big ass safe just sitting in the basement, just chilling." Of course, Ernesto comes to me because he knows I got mad thieving skills. Of course, I ask him, "Did Emily tell Carlos to tell you to get to me what kind of safe it was?" And he says, "Nah, dog. All she said is that it's like super legit, and whatever's in it, it's gotta be good."
What? Man, cave safe.
And it's gone for a week.
All right. There's an old man. He's got a safe, and he's gone for a week. Let's just work with that.
That was the line I was trying to think of when I was talking about that dude, because
Yeah.
he's just like because you know, again, like in those countries they don't even have holdover words. They don't use like the or a. So it's like hand me a remote. You know, like
Oh,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah,
waste any time with it. Everything's very matter of
Yeah.
fact or whatever. So he just like old men have safe. You know, like
I love the way that they shot
That's it.
these things where he would go back and tell these stories.
Yeah.
And that they mouthed it at the
It's
exact
his
same
voice,
time. I
yeah.
So
love that.
didn't they steal this from Drunk History? Because Drunk History
That is drunk history, yeah.
2 years before this movie, Drunk History comes out. So I mean,
I don't know about stealing this. This has been in movies a bunch before. That
But it's pretty blatant. If you go back, because it was such a big deal whenever Drunk History first came out, this is how
Yeah.
they told the stories.
yeah,
We'd go to the guy.
Have you ever seen Drunk History?
yeah, on the internet, not on the television.
But other things have done.
So you've seen it? Who's seen it on the
that
television?
was a conversation
I
that
don't
should
even
have
watch
happened between me and you, and that should have been your response.
You're exactly right.
What is happening?
I don't know what just happened. It's just like, did you get your ears pierced? Yeah, I got it at a tattoo shop. Yeah, I fucking went to Claire's. You know, I don't know why it makes a difference. Yes, I've seen Drunk History before.
Okay, for those of you on that are watching the show, if you haven't seen Drunk History, basically this guy goes to this actual historian's house and gets him hammered, and then once he's hammered, he then tells in his own words some historical event.
A comedian?
No.
Some of them have been actors and stuff later in the thing. They'll have like a comedian or something come in.
No,
It's like,
Drunk History is...
No, hang on.
It's comedians.
No, hang on.
He's right. He's right.
No, the person telling the story is an actual like scholarly historian person that works at a college or something. Actors, comedians act it out, and they're mouthing the words that the historian guy is saying.
Chat room, help me out.
It says shows how by reenacting famous events in history as told by inebriated storytellers. Like that's the thing.
When this became a thing, though, it was comedians.
Comedians are doing the acting.
No, they do all the acting. Like you'll have
They
a famous
used to get comedians
Nope.
drunk on the.
Nope.
ask the fucking chat room right now. Ask them.
You just did. I don't have to.
Yeah. No, that's what used to happen. Is like they'd get like a comedian drunk, and he would have to tell the story of like William Penn.
Fucking comedian. Oh,
yeah.
Comedians don't know the story of William Penn.
They would learn the story or whatever, and then they'd have to re-say it or whatever. I'm right. I'm right on this. I promise I'm right.
Rachel Bloom just told a story about a Nazi. That's not how you spell Nazi. Katie. God damn it.
All right, it doesn't matter. Anyway, F it. I'm wrong. I don't care. There's old man with suit. Whatever. I'm not wrong though.
You're not wrong.
No. Are you Googling this right now?
Katie Morgan says, Rich, no. Rachel Bloom just told a story about a Nazi.
Who's Rachel Bloom?
I have no idea who Rachel Bloom is. She's probably a scholarly historian.
Yeah, well, if she's on the show you watch, she is. All right, so...
Angie says Jared is right.
Cute little baby sheep.
Well, that's a dumb show then.
I'm with you. I don't know. I feel like I've watched them and it's been like some professor or something.
Yeah, it's always
Not once have I ever seen it be a professor. It's always like a really, really drunk like Michael Cera.
So we're not even getting real history. We're getting some idiot's version of history.
They do like the research, or they're taught the story. That's the point.
But when you're drunk, you don't know. First of all these people are
funny.
High school dropouts. You're telling me about history.
You're supposed to repeat. That's why it's not a history.
Why do they get a historian drunk?
Because who gives a shit?
Because then those people make the History Channel and only talk about Nazis.
Jesus Christ, you're so fucking right on that. All right, I love the first ant ride. I here's my notes. There's a cute little baby sheep. We already saw that. Same as Frank. Fuck, Jesus Christ! Like Frank got it in the bathroom. This sheep got it in a controlled environment. He goes to jail. He gets rescued by escaping, which I don't really get that. You know what I mean? Like the fuck. Like I'd be like, I don't want to. Look, if I didn't steal anything, I'm not. He's not getting convicted for anything. He didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
He returned some shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway, he escapes.
Stole it.
He rides on Antony for the first time. Him naming that fucking flying ant Antony was my favorite thing of all.
Yeah, he did laugh out loud.
I mean, I was dying. I'm just like, he's calling him Antony. Like, it's so funny.
It took me until the second time you said it to realize that was the joke. I'm
Right.
like, Antony. That's a weird.
Okay, yeah,
stupid
that
name.
is weird. Why are you taking the H out?
Yeah,
What the
it's like
fuck?
some European.
Anthony Hardaway.
Yeah, Antony. Was it Antony Hardaway?
It was Anthony.
Anthony, that's right. Yeah.
Anthony?
No,
Whatever.
there are some Antonys out there, but it was Anthony Hardaway. Okay, clip.
Clipped himself.
Scott, I've been watching you for a while. Ever since you robbed Vistacorp. Oh, excuse me. Burgled Vistacorp. This security system was one of the most advanced in the business. It was supposed to be unbeatable, but you beat it. Would you like some
Oh, wait,
sugar?
you missed a clip.
Yeah, thanks.
I did?
Yeah. Vault suit is next.
Oh. He just wanted to hear him clip talk.
Oh, you're right. I already did all my notes for that, though.
I thought so, but that's okay.
You still want to watch the clip? Or just skip it? Okay, let's watch the clip, but I already did all my notes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I poured water in the locking mechanism and froze it with nitrogen. Ice expands, metal doesn't.
What are you doing now?
Waiting. Waiting.
Nice. What is it? Cash? Jules?
There's nothing here.
What'd you say?
It's a suit.
What?
It's an old motorcycle suit.
There's no cash, no jewelry, nothing?
No. It's a bust.
I'm really sorry, Scotty. I know you needed a scorer.
So I have a question. Do you think safe cracking is a lot easier or a lot harder than they make it out to be in the movies?
Both.
I think the same thing. I think it's harder for someone who doesn't know shit about safes, but I bet it's fucking easy as shit for people that do know about safes.
For sure.
right?
Well,
That's a
in
strong-
general,
that's a
yeah.
strong point.
No, I mean easier than in the movies. The movies make it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just think
I
that,
agree.
like, with fingerprint, like eyesight shit and all that, it becomes harder to crack, maybe. But I mean,
Yeah, but it's still.
I thought that
it's still
fingerprint
a door.
Yeah, but that was
that fingerprint thing was brilliant.
that was
I
that
loved
was
it.
freaking James. One of the James Bond movies. He did the same thing on a wine glass and had the thing and.
Yeah, they do on Mission Impossible. They do that shit too. I don't think that's a
I don't
real
watch Tom
thing.
Cruise movies.
But
Jared's opening a beer.
but even if you have all that fancy stuff, it's still a fucking door. You're getting into a door. So I don't mean.
No, but some safes though, like a vault, for example, it's not just like a fucking deadbolt. I mean, there's these 3-foot steel things that go in between the opening.
Right.
So, and you don't have any access to cut it.
Go back to Ocean's 11.
So, but haven't you seen Ocean's 8, by the way?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Exactly like Rich said it was.
It was one of your golf days. She reported it on it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
don't remember anything. By the way, if you listen to any of the last 6 podcasts, 3 out of 6 of those I was hammered, and not
Did your golf game improve?
Not at the end. Yeah, I always do. So I usually do start drinking about hole 6, and by hole 9, I'm like and then I play fucking amazing for like the last 9 holes. But because I get in my own head.
Is
and
it
I
like
worry
that? Like when you smoke pot, you think you're writing the most amazing music ever, but when you sober up, it's really not.
I've
that
literally
amazing.
not. I've 100. I've never written a song high.
Not you. I'm just saying one writes a song and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so much more creative when
You've
I'm
definitely
high."
written songs drunk. I've sat and watched that.
I've
happen.
written a song drunk before, and
Like
I just
with
record.
people,
I
like-
record everything, and
But have you ever gone back and been like, ugh.
no, but
You and my dad one time had a whole-
We wrote like 10 one night, and some of them are pretty good. But I actually have me and Zach Malloy from the Nixons wrote 2 songs one night and didn't fucking remember writing one of them, and went back the next day. It made a Bowling for Soup album, like the one that we didn't remember writing. I'm not joking.
Which one?
It was called Lovesick Stomachache.
Okay.
And it's on.
I think that. No,
I think it's on. Hang up. I have 19 albums, Rich. I mean, Jesus Christ, what do you want me to do?
I was
Remember what-
pretending like I knew it. You knew that song.
Shut up, stupid. All right. So now we'll go back to
Yeah, now we can.
Scott, I've been watching you for a while. Ever since you robbed Mr. Corp.
Click talking.
Oh, excuse me. Burgled Vista Corp. Vista's security system was one of the most advanced in the business. It was supposed to be unbeatable, but you beat it.
But you
would you like some sugar?
Yeah, thanks.
I only hear you clicking.
Shh.
You know what? I'm okay. How do you make them do that?
Hands can lift objects 50 times their weight. They build, farm, they cooperate with each other.
Right. But how do you make them do that?
I use electromagnetic waves to stimulate their olfactory nerve center. I speak to them.
50, 50. I knew it was 50 something.
It's so gargly.
So here's the.
I didn't hear it click.
It's so
It's
old.
so
just
gargly.
Old Manny.
Oh, go.
Just
Didn't hear one click.
Listen to me.
I heard you click.
Old people click when they fucking talk. It's a thing. Accept it and let's move on.
It's like their mouth gets
the
too
click
dry
5?
and just sticks to something.
Yeah, well, you know what guy? Ben Romans was in the Click 5. Remember the? Okay. Never mind. You know what? I wouldn't turn down a sugar cube that was being served to me by an ant. I don't get it. Plus, here's
I
the
don't
thing.
think they're dirty animals.
I
or
didn't
whatever.
realize that he, communicate. I mean, you don't really get that from my introduction to Ant-Man, which was in Civil War. You don't get that he has control of these armies of ants and shit. So I
Well,
thought that
this
was,
came first before Civil War.
Oh,
We just watched it out of order.
got it. It's so hard to keep up.
We got to get him a map.
Yeah, we really should actually do like a Avengers or like is it Marvel or is it DC? Marvel thing. Wait a minute, isn't isn't Spider-Man? He's Marvel. Okay, got it. Man, you guys are confusing. All right. You know what? There's a reason people listen to the show.
Yeah.
And this is one of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
And both of those people will. All right, Evangeline Lilly.
Lisa likes it, just so if you know.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
Daniel, what's it?
No, maybe Lisa doesn't like it. Is it Lisa that doesn't like the case? Is it Lisa
does not
Winsel?
does not like it?
Why does she like it?
Huh?
I have to win her over.
Yeah, you could try.
Right. Lisa Winsel. Hair 11. Eyes 11.
All right, go ahead with this
All right.
thing.
All right, Evangeline Lilly. She was on Lost. So in case you ever want to go back and watch Lost.
I think we all watched Heroes, so.
All right, hair 9. She actually has 11 hair, but she's wearing a wig here, right? This is a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so since it's a short wig, even though it looks incredible, the most she can get is 9. She has to have long hair to get into the 10, 11 range.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
What if it's a ponytail?
I mean, if it's long, I mean, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay,
Yeah, ponytails are fine.
Yeah,
It's
short
long.
ponytails suck. They're just like, meh, stick on your
Yeah,
head.
no. I just meant that if they're wearing their hair off their face.
No,
that-
it has not. It's not. It's about the giving up part.
Understood. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
All right. Eyes 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she actually has 11 eyes to me, but they're not full on blue or green, so I can't give her the 11. She has this cool hazily gold green tint to it, which
Right.
gets her into the 10. Otherwise, it would be a 9 if they were just brown.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, nose 11, mouth 11, face 11, arms 11, boobs 5, waist 11, ass 11, legs 11. Overall, she's an 11 to me, and that gives her a total of 10.2.
Wow.
Average.
Has
that the
anybody
highest?
ever beat her?
I don't know. It might be the highest.
Who's the redheaded girl that's in Tag?
Oh,
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher.
Yeah, and she's aged.
She
a
might have
little
been
bit.
like a 10.5.
So
or
have you
something.
not seen Tag yet?
I have not yet.
She's aged a smidge.
Mm-hmm. She's still. I mean, I know what she looks like now.
cut
and
her
she
hair
looks great.
shorter.
She is so fucking funny in this new movie Tag.
I
He can't
love
ever
her.
recognize her. In
Yeah, I
anything.
don't ever know
He's always
who
like,
she is.
who's the girl that's... I'm like, we just did
Yeah, I never did.
We did 4
There's
podcasts.
like a couple
with
of
her in it.
those actresses that happens though. I just don't know who it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, but she is so funny in Tag, dude. I mean, like, it's amazing. Like, her character she's the best character in the movie, and she really does. She steals the show in a bunch of scenes. Recommended highly is Tag. Richard Skill, not that offensive today.
No?
I don't really have anything to. Yeah, I you know,
It was all too positive.
Yeah, we didn't hear like a "what the fuck, Richard" from my wife. So
Jesus
you know,
Christ, Rich.
Jesus Christ, Richard. So good job
Thanks.
by you, sir.
Thanks. Lisa Winsel will love this one.
I bet she will.
The board's chairman is my daughter, Hope. She was the deciding vote. But she came back to me when she saw how close Cross was to cracking my formula. The process is highly volatile. If one isn't protected by a specialized helmet, it can affect the brain's chemistry. I don't think Darren realizes this, and, he's not the most stable guy to begin with.
So, what do you want from me?
Scott, I believe that everyone deserves a shot at redemption. Do you?
I do.
If you can help me, I promise I can help you be with your daughter again. Now, are you ready to redeem yourself?
Absolutely. My days of breaking into places and stealing shit are done. What do you want me to do?
I want you to break into a place and steal some shit.
I like it.
How come,
Go ahead, baby.
like, the first thing he does is, like, don't tell this guy this big secret. I got this secret. He doesn't know it. He's crazy. The person I've met one time, like, you
Who?
know? He talks about, like, the helmet, how that's, like, the key or something.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But don't tell but he's a crazy guy. After all this money, like, they could he's a fucking crook. Like, I'm just gonna go tell this guy for the money what the secret is.
But he knows he's a good guy in real life.
Still, it seems like
he
it's
was
pretty,
a good crook too.
It seems
And
like
he
it's
was
pretty
burglar-
top secret
burglar.
for like a first meeting.
Don't
No,
you
I-
remember? He's been watching him for.
That's amazing. So where is this on this movie, Gabe, on your sort of scale of Avenger movies? Because I assume now this is an Avenger movie, right?
Yes,
it's an Avenger.
Ant-Man was actually one of the original Avengers back in the day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, where is this? And that's interesting because we
What's
do
in
have
your top 5?
Hold on, but
Avenger
that's interesting that you say that because Michael Douglas playing the original Ant-Man, and they show him back in wars or whatever, like they do Captain America. So they had these superheroes running around and shit, and so that's interesting. So yeah, where does this lie?
Top 10, but on the back end probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Top 10 movies or top 10 superheroes?
Super Marvel movies.
Marvel movies, yeah. What are up there in like the top 5 for you? Or does it center around one character?
Kind of. Thor Ragnarok is probably number 1.
That's the new one, right?
It was fantastic.
That's
It was
the new
best.
one, right?
And then Infinity War is probably 2. And then Civil War.
Have we seen Infinity War?
We haven't. I don't think you've gone and seen it on your own.
And then Civil War was a good one. I like that one.
The Infinity War was the one right after Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
or no, wait, Ragnarok was between.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Now Black Panther is the most as far as money, right?
No.
Infinity War popped it off.
Infinity War crushed it. Yeah. Oh, that was after.
Right after.
$1 billion in like 8 days.
Really?
Worldwide.
It's
Yeah.
just
It was-
crazy,
yeah, it
right?
was
Now, does that have all of them back in there together?
Yeah,
and shit?
all of them. There's more than Civil War had.
Really?
It's got Guardians and Thor and
it brought pretty
Spider-Man.
much everybody they could cram in there. They had in.
If you like Spider-Man, you'll like Spider-Man in Infinity War. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
he's great.
I thought that I thought he was great. I liked the new Spider-Man movie, his first one or whatever was amazing. I like all of the changes they made in that. I've talked about that a lot on this podcast. Again, I just don't really identify with a lot of these other superheroes because I didn't know who the fuck they were when I was a kid.
When does Infinity War 2 come out next year?
Next May.
Okay, so when the 2 comes out, we'll do 1. We'll watch 1.
So we'll watch Infinity War. Yeah, that'll be cool. But yeah, I think I would have to say that the Spider-Man movies are my favorite with all this. I mean, I could sort of take or leave Iron Man. I don't really know if I get it. I mean, I think they're cool. And you know what the thing about me is these are movies that I don't go see, but every time you guys make me watch one, I think it's good.
Right.
This is not my favorite, though I love the character. I love the idea of this superhero. I just really didn't. Again, even like we're getting into the scenes now where it's just like I like the fight scene coming up. Whatever. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. And this is where he's gonna become Ant-Man.
Scott.
Scott.
I need you to be the Ant-Man. In the right hands, the relationship between man and suit is symbiotic. The suit has power. The man harnesses that power. You need to be skillful, agile, and above all, you need to be fast. You should be able to shrink and grow on a dime, so your size always suits your needs. Now dive through the keyhole, Scott. You charge big, you dive small, then you emerge big.
So,
is this not the funniest Marvel movie that you've seen? I thought. What was funnier?
Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man, everything he does is
Yeah,
funny.
anything with Iron Man in it? I don't know.
Oh my God! Everything this Tony Stark says. You know this Tony Stark. He's Iron Man. Every fucking line that comes out of that dude's mouth is
It's
funny.
snarky. It's not. I wouldn't say it's funny.
His actual
his
first.
dad's in this one.
Actually, his first name was Tony Snark, and
Heyo.
they actually what?
I said, "Hey,
I'm sorry about that.
I mean, all Marvel movies have humor in them.
Yeah.
I just thought this was the funniest.
I don't know.
With
I
the
just,
Pena and
I guess here's where I'm at on this is like, how long do we have until this suit's getting to the like? How long is this training? It looked like when they fucking took Rocky to Russia. You know what I mean? And like
you are not
trained
a
him.
montage fan.
You know, no, I don't mind
there
a
were
montage.
there were a bunch of montages.
But Jesus Christ, in this movie, like, how much training did he need? He had to learn jujitsu and shit. Like, that takes years, for Christ's sake.
I mastered jujitsu
You know
in
what I
3
mean?
weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's 3
She
weeks,
taught him
isn't
some
that
tricks.
too long?
He was in prison. He fought.
Yeah.
She taught him some tricks.
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
What
it's
about Guardians of the Galaxy?
that fucking movie is funny.
That you're right. That is funny.
Oh, and also this that second Guardians
like
of the
all the
Galaxy,
Thors.
this
They're funny.
Groot, this little
the baby Groot.
this little baby Groot is the cutest
Yeah.
fucking thing I've ever
It
seen.
is cute.
That baby Groot is cuter than these lambs.
You mean,
this movie.
you mean goats?
'Cause he dances.
I've fucked
They're
you. I've
fucking
totally
lambs.
fucked you up.
Yeah, no, they're lambs. They're not goats.
Oh, okay.
Aren't they sheep?
Oh, you're talking about in this movie?
God damn it, Rich.
God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
It was 1987.
Oh, here we go.
Separatists had hijacked a Soviet missile silo in Kursk and launched an ICBM at the United States. The only way to the internal mechanics was through solid titanium. I knew I had to shrink between the molecules to disarm the missile. But
The
my
wasp had some
regulator
big old
had
catarrh.
sustained too much damage. Your mother, she didn't hesitate. She turned off her regulator and went subatomic.
I didn't have a problem. I had a different problem. I didn't have a problem with any of that as far as the plot and the story was concerned. My problem with
No, it's the acting.
okay, fair enough. But my problem with it was when she went subatomic to get through the molecules of the titanium. She's so fucking tiny, nothing she does on the inside is going to matter because she's just going through all the molecules. So the only way she could have dismantled the ICBM was to get big again and fuck up some shit. So if you're getting big again, then there's no issue about going subatomic.
So you do agree that this scene is terrible?
For different reasons, but yeah.
Dude,
I mean, I just think there's a flaw in the science.
I'm just not even kidding though. Like, I even just think like the way that people are reacting here. Like, obviously, Michael Douglas, one of the greatest actors of all time. But I don't know. I just found this just like, oh my god,
a little too melodramatic for you.
Just for the love of God, please. Just
I have a question.
It did hit me like that.
Have you ever, in a serious conversation, faced the other direction, looking away while the person behind you
Never.
telling the dramatic story?
Right.
Never once.
Why do they do that in movies all the time? You're
Yeah.
just like gazing at a wall.
It's
she's behind him.
so that's like a theater thing from
Yeah.
like back in the day. It's because it would be to open that up so that like so your body language is facing this way so that again you're filling up this stage because there's when two people face one another it closes people's sights so you're not seeing the bigger part of the stage.
Right.
Yeah, but they were just focused on him staring at the wall.
I don't disagree, but it's an old that's an old acting thing.
I'm having all my conversations like that from now on.
Way back. I know.
What?
Huh?
And,
How weird. You'd be like, why are you facing the wall right now?
There's people like my brother, like he legitimately cannot. He can't hear you if you cannot see your mouth. He can't do it.
Really?
No, at all. It pisses him off. So I have a tendency to like walk away, and he's like, "I can't fucking hear you." He gets so mad.
Yeah.
Does he have a hearing problem?
Probably. I don't know. He can
Oh, you don't know?
read lips forever, but it freaking.
do you mumble a little bit sometimes?
No, I
Or
just talk really
talk
fast.
super fast?
No, but it's everybody. He's like that with everybody, not just me. Like,
Yeah.
He's been able to translate my speed talking for a long time, like Gabe. But
You do a good job at the speed talking.
Mm.
Every time she talks, I'm just like, "Hey, Six.
Hey,
Where,
Six.
Where are Joey and Blossom?"
I totally got that right away.
Selling a cow.
I know. I think I'd be good at that.
Somebody's home, Scott.
What's going on down there, Sam?
It's the Falcon. I had a sensor trip, but I'm not seeing anything. Wait a second.
Abort, Scott. Abort now.
It's okay. You can't see me. I can see you. You can see me. Hi. I'm Scott.
Did he just say hi, I'm Scott?
What are you doing here? First off, I'm a big fan. Appreciate it. So who the hell are you? I'm Ant-Man. Ant-Man? What, you haven't heard of me? No, you wouldn't have heard of me. You want to tell me what you want? I was hoping I could grab a piece of technology. Just for a few days, I'm going to return it. They needed to save the world. You know how that is. I know exactly how that is. Located the breach, bringing him in. Sorry about this.
What the hell are you doing?
So,
do you think if they talked it over, he'd just help him out?
yeah, right. Like, let me just explain.
It's the Avengers.
So when did I miss something? Like when did T.I. go from a robber to
Falcon? That's
no,
racist.
Oh.
That's racist.
I was waiting for him to give that.
Oh my goodness. What? Let me talk to me about the Falcon. He's not a superhero. That's just a fancy suit that Stark made.
Yeah. That's
so
it.
a lot of these guys, like,
I don't know if Stark made it, but
he did not. But
he didn't.
No, he's just a military.
The military,
whatever you call
yeah.
it.
So kind of like Hawkeye, same kind of thing.
Yeah,
right.
same
Like
concept.
just not superheroes.
Yeah, the only difference was Anthony Mackie probably didn't have anything else going on, so they just brought him in for
Also, the dude that played Hawkeye was in Tag, and holy crap, he nailed it.
Oh yeah, we talked
Jeremy
about that
Renner was
earlier. Yeah,
bad.
he was so badass. But so there's sort of a thing here, I guess, with Marvel where, it's very much almost just about as much about the suit as it is the person. I mean, are there any? Obviously, Thor's a god, so he's got his shit. But
so he's got his shit.
Ant-Man suit, Falcon suit, Iron Man suit. The
Hawkeye
guy,
just
Hawkeye just
arrows.
badassness, yeah.
Don Cheadle suit.
Yep.
What about the girls? Oh, they can do shit though.
The girl doesn't even have a suit.
She has a red coat.
Wait, hold on. What about
A
this Scarlett Johansson?
That's what I mean.
What does she do?
She's not a superhero. She's just kind of a badass, like
Assassin,
like spy,
yeah.
espionage. type
Okay, but when she gets punched in the face, does she bleed and shit or no?
Oh yeah.
thing. Yeah.
She's just a normal human being. That's
all right.
But she was like kidnapped and trained to be a spy.
Yeah.
But they do have like dudes like isn't there like a blue guy that walks around the house and shit? He looks like he's a fucking alien
Yeah.
or some shit. Like
he's red, but yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the X-Men or something.
No,
like,
That's what I thought he was talking about.
Vision.
Now these X-Men, they're DC.
No, X-Men's Marvel.
Yeah.
But okay.
What?
But they're just owned by a different studio. But now
owned
they're
by
together.
Fox, but
They make a lot of jokes
Disney
about
just
it.
bought out Fox.
But X-Men all have superpowers.
Right. They're
Correct.
mutants.
It's not about the suit.
Correct.
But sometimes they do get cool suits.
Some of the superpowers are stupid. Like one guy just turns into a blowfish.
What about these Ninja Turtles? They're mutants, so they're
Yeah.
X-Men.
No,
right?
they're DC. Aren't they fighting Batman right now? I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
they're
there's
DC?
Batman.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they're
Or
Bondi.
licensed to currently.
Is that
Yeah.
true? Are they really fucking fighting Batman?
They
Yeah, they're in a
teamed
comic-
up.
Yeah.
There's a comic book where they all grouped
Are you
together.
being fucking? Are you fucking with me? Because I just think
No.
you're just taking the piss.
No, there's
shit.
a whole comic book series with.
he's right.
So-
though. You could literally make up anything and he believe you.
I
so-
would, but so this, so one of the Coreys is going to fight Ben Affleck in a movie. That's what you're saying.
Could be.
That is happening.
One of the Coreys.
Yeah, because
Yeah, he was
Isn't there only
Donatello.
One, isn't there
or
only
whatever.
one left?
It's
Yes.
true.
You just got to say so. Corey. Is
The
Only-
the Corey that's left.
well, the other Corey wasn't a
God, I hope
Ninja
it's the
Turtle.
other one.
Yeah,
I don't
oh my
know if
God.
they-
Zombie.
I always suspected you had a suit stored away somewhere, which begs the question, who is the new Ant-Man? Who is the man that my beloved mentor trusted even more than me? Scott Lang, the martyr who took on the system and paid the price, losing his family and his only daughter in the process. Exactly your kind of guy, Hank. Hello, Newman. He escapes his jail cell without leaving any clue as to how. And then he disappears magically, despite having no money to his name, and now he brings me the Ant-Man suit. The only thing that can rival my creation.
Yeah, I know. Any and all of that stuff's funny.
Don't you think like the people that aren't the bad guy or the Ant-Man crew that are in that room are all going, do you guys have to work out some issues? Should we step out of the room? Like, what?
Yeah.
What is
feels
going on?
personal.
Yeah, this seems a little.
It's like, what?
Yeah. Are we just here to buy
What's
something?
happening here?
Is there a register out front?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's like to me it was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like it seems like it'd been more. It made more sense if he was like, could you guys step out of the room really quick? And then he would have done that speech just to Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But is that a trope? Did I do a trope right?
No,
Nah, God
not
damn
really.
it. I don't know. I still don't, episode 1, and I still don't know what a trope is. I still can't figure it out.
Was it 1? Or did I do that?
No, you brought that up. Like I think
it was the third one.
First episode.
Fourth one.
So couldn't he just make himself big inside there and just like burst out?
Well, he
of it?
does a second later or whatever.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to get big because it'll just. But he like threw the things at the glass, made the glass explode.
Yeah.
And then jumped out big.
When he, okay, that's not yet.
Did
Okay.
you recognize this guy?
Who?
This guy, the bad guy.
No.
So he's the who's like the senator or whatever in House of Cards on Netflix.
Oh, I never watched that show.
I thought he
Oh.
was Michael Rosen, the Superman villain. Like I think from that, is it the TV show Supernatural?
Michael Rosenbaum?
That's who I thought it was for like the first 30 minutes.
I wish it was. That guy's awesome.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Nobody does.
Google it now so I don't look like an idiot.
Google what?
Michael Rosenbaum?
No, I've been trying to get you guys to Google my shit all night. I'm not stepping in here
You have the
and
computer.
rescuing you. Yeah, and my computer is set on podcast and what I'm doing right now.
Perfect. Too long.
I did it too long.
Yeah.
She never said that. But yeah, I mean, look, I love that they've assembled this cool army of their friends, and each of them has their own thing. Casey was quick to point out that, you know, we didn't talk about the prison fight earlier that opened up the movie where he, you know, that's how you get, that's your goodbye or whatever. And his friend's the only one that ever knocked the guy out.
So
Right.
he just walked around knocking people out.
Just knocking people out with one punch.
Right,
and I'm
right.
just like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's
you know?
foreshadowing.
And she actually noticed this too, which is really crazy.
What's that?
This.
Oh.
Hey, we the good guys?
Yeah.
We're the good guys, right?
Yeah, we're the good guys.
Feels kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, but we're not done yet. Get out of here before this place blows! Oh, damn it! That guy! Hey, we're getting out of here!
The charges are set. We've got to find a way out of here and fast.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna die. And neither are you. It's not a keychain.
Total chaos in here. Multiple shots fired. And there's a tank.
Yeah, Casey was like, yeah, I kind of knew that wasn't a keychain when the whole thing first started.
Yeah, he grabbed the key to open up the door to the safe at the beginning, and it like just showed that, and I was like,
Made a point
that's
to
gonna
point
be a-
out.
Yeah, I'm like, that's gonna be a real tank.
Huge pile of foreshadowing.
Yeah, so I mean,
And again, if that was retaining the same mass, how heavy would that be?
this is a really big building.
Yeah.
There's no way they got everybody out of there.
Yeah.
There's no way. No way.
Well, they never talk about that in the hero movies. Like, you know, like,
I mean,
Yeah,
that
they
building
destroy
fell down,
huge
like,
city buildings. And
yeah.
We've evacuated everybody.
We were
I just watched a movie
we were
that
watching The
did that.
Incredibles too the other day, and these guys trying to stop a boat with ice, and all this stuff's going. And I'm like, somebody's fucking frozen in there, and they're dead. They're
Yeah,
not making it out
exactly.
today. They probably have a family.
I've always said on those, like when they fly around on the ice and stuff, it's like, you know, that shit is gonna thaw out and flood the whole fucking city.
Right.
Those streets are not made for that.
Right.
You know, but So I was thinking on this one. God damn it! I lost my train of thought because my point about the ice was so goddamn good.
The building was so big.
But there is a point here where he goes, when he figures out the suit, where he goes, dude, you need to call the Avengers. That's who you need to call. And he's just like, oh, what are they going to do? Come throw buildings down on people and shit or whatever? Which was kind of foreshadowing to, I guess, Civil War, because that was the whole thing, right?
Well, it was calling back to.
Calling back to
when they dropped the city and killed everybody.
Because Ant-Man's supposed to take place, like, I don't know, 6 months after Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And that's what he's referencing.
Yeah, there's a timeline of the movies, even if the timeline isn't in order of the movies
right.
coming out.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, it's super hard to
But
keep up.
I don't know if you did. I'm sure you caught it, but you probably didn't catch it. So this came out before Civil War.
Okay.
And so when he meets Falcon here and he fights him and everything.
Right.
And then at the end, Falcon's looking for him.
Right.
Well, in Civil War, when they pull up in that van and he's sleeping in the back, Falcon's driving it. It's because that's why he was looking for him, because they had this fight that they need to do. So it was literally a chain of events.
He wasn't looking for him to try to get back at him.
No, he was looking for him to help Captain America.
Actually, the scene at the end after credits is Captain America and Falcon, and they got Bucky, and they said, we need to do this, this, and this, referencing Civil War. And then he's like, do you know anyone who could do this? And Falcon's like, I know a guy.
Wait, which movie was that?
This one.
No, I thought the after credit scene was
it was the.
It was just that. It's just her giving
the Wasp.
It's her giving she gets the Wasp costume.
It may have been a different movie.
Correct. It's Wasp.
Is it?
Yeah, it was the Wasp from this one. But that sounds familiar. Yes. But I don't remember where it was though.
No, that's
is that mid credits or post credits? I don't remember.
Could be.
There's a million of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's super interesting because they sort of lead you to believe that he's looking for him to I'm gonna go whoop this fucking guy.
But then he pulls up in the van on Civil War with him driving. So yeah.
Right, and I don't really remember. Is he like asleep or some shit?
He's asleep in the back.
Yeah, he just doesn't know, because again, he's this ex-con. He's not really even a superhero yet.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. I like how they. I enjoy how it's all tied together. It's a lot. You know what I mean?
It's such a payoff for fans that watch all of them. It's such a payoff for it all to be tied in very well together and referencing different movies. Not that it's going to confuse people that are watching just the one, but it's like an Easter egg. It's like, oh, they're referring to them dropping the city in the last movie, and he's looking for him because in the next movie, that kind of thing.
And it's probably Star Wars-ish too, where like some people catch like really, really subtle things.
Right.
It's like when, in the early ones or whatever, like people like remembering what the names of the planets were and shit like that, and then like knowing like the geography of that whole outline, whatever.
Yeah, like Tatooine.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's not what it is, right? It's called something else. How do you even fucking remember that I say shit like that?
Just little things you say just stick with me.
It's so funny. Yeah, I thought it was Tatooine. But that's just it. Like, I want to understand. Like, when I first started watching Game of Thrones, Casey didn't watch until after I was like done with season 2, I think.
Yeah, you like took a nap or slept in real late or something one day, and you came out, and I had just gotten like caught up. I just happened to find the first one on the movie channels, and there was a whole
HBO
thing. And I was
marathon.
I was like at the end of season 2, and like my eyes were burning. It's like dark outside. I'm like,
so when I first started watching that, it made me. I hated it because I didn't understand. Like, I can't remember where this guy's from. And that's what I tell people all the time. Like, just make it past that shit, and it doesn't matter. You're eventually going to recognize this person as an enemy of this guy, and this guy does this, and this, you know what I mean? But it's
you
still,
watched it with a map, right?
That's
I tell
what
people
helped
all the time.
me.
Are you? Is he the one that you talk about with that all the time? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the map.
She
helps.
tells people this all the time that you watch it with the map.
Yeah, I'm like, it's genius because I mean, it seems super nerdy, and it is, but it's also really smart because just to be able to visualize like where these people are, you're like, oh, okay, that's part of their story. That's part of their story. Like, it's way easier.
I do it more for like war strategy kind of thing.
Sure.
My dad was always into that and stuff, but it's like these people are coming with ships and they're marching across, and I'm like, okay, how is that helpful? And unless you look at the map, you're like, and they're cutting them off.
You want to get together.
Watch the beginning. The beginning is the map.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
shows you,
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah,
and
but I
it-
didn't pay attention to
and
that until like season 4. I was like,
Nope.
oh,
Well, I guess it's
shit.
far enough.
What?
It's not spoilers, but
Oh, don't tell them.
well, I mean, they probably know.
Well, it changes with time.
Yeah,
What, the map?
So
it adds places.
The map
and,
adds places, and it does. It sort of changes
if
with time or
Winterfell
whatever.
gets nuked,
Exactly.
It shows it's on fire.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's and you.
But sometimes it'll give you like a little heads up of what's coming, and you don't really see.
Yeah,
it.
you
you
have to
don't
be
really know, and also you can see winter actually fucking coming.
Right.
All
over.
All over.
Did you just do that, Garth Brooks?
I did. Yeah, that's Garth. You know, if I'm gonna pick one show, it's gonna have to be Game of Thrones.
If you make that a little garglier, you're Michael Douglas.
Clicking.
If I'm gonna do one more,
This is awful.
it's gonna be Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I can't really do.
Did you guys get into Westworld at all?
No, we get asked that in every conversation we have about television, and Casey isn't interested in it because it's.
Someone said, I
it's
think it
sci-fi.
might have been Katie Morgan, that Westworld ending was amazing, so I might watch the second season now. But I was kind of out.
Before I'd try it.
I don't know. I mean, we got it. RuPaul's Drag Race just ended.
The ending was good, but man, it's brutal to watch the whole.
RuPaul's Drag Race?
No, to watch. Excuse
Who
me,
won
watch
RuPaul's
Westworld.
Drag Race again?
Oh Jesus!
Aquaria.
That's right.
Of course she did.
She fucking did. She fucking killed it.
He killed it.
No, don't say she. He.
Oh no, you can't
This
do
is
that.
not. No, this is not. This is not that kind of a show.
Oh, okay.
Train.
God needs us, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna stop us. Back it up. Back it up slow. Just back it up. And back it up. Okay? All you gonna do is we just back it up, okay? That's it. Back it up. That's right. Back it up. Yep. Just back it up. No. Just back it up.
So for the audio listeners, there was no dialogue during the fight scene, unfortunately, so I'm probably cut that out. But we just saw them fight on the little toy train set.
Thomas the Tank.
Right. And that was my favorite scene in the movie. The fact that they go from the when everything looks huge and it's like throwing giant things and it's all slow and explosions with the lasers and everything, and then when they zoom out as a regular person would see it, it's just this tiny little toy
Yeah,
train.
I like that whenever the train,
noises
the train hits something and it just kind of goes like boop, like it's not
off
like a
the
whole
thing.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
click.
Yeah, it's just like it just falls off the track, and Casey just instantly goes, "Because that's actually what would happen." I mean,
Right.
you can't keep one of those on the track anyway. Any of us who's ever tried to do that around a Christmas tree knows very well the motherfucker will not stay on. You know. But yeah, I did. I thought this fight scene was great. I guess I don't really understand why, if this fucking Yellow Jacket has lasers. Why doesn't Ant-Man have like some lasers or some shit? Like why doesn't
Because
he have?
Ant-Man's from the 50s. This suit is like old as shit. He doesn't have a newfangled laser
Well, he
tech.
could weld shit with his arm. We saw him trying to do it to the titanium ship.
That was literally just a welding.
Well, they made a
torch.
joke in the trailer for the sequel for it. Because the Wasp has lasers too.
She has lasers. She has flight and wings and stuff. And he's like,
"Oh, I guess you didn't have that for me."
Right.
No, I did. And that was it.
and that was it. He's like, but I just didn't give it to you.
That's hilarious. That's really funny.
Well, all he needed him for was a caper. He didn't need to go.
He
yeah,
wasn't
he was just
making him
break
Ant-Man.
in, get me the
Got it.
thing.
Right.
I'm not trying to have you save the world with laser
Interesting.
beams. Yeah.
And do we feel like Michael Douglas will be in this next one?
I think so. Right.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we're going to see him eat a vagina?
An ant vagina?
I don't trust the ants. I know they're supposed to be friendly. I don't know.
either.
I've got too much like 90s Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like that makes the enemy.
I get it.
In my head.
Unless you have to have oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah, that's true. They do like those.
Those things are delicious.
Actually, fun fact: they tried to make Ant-Man back in the late '80s.
Yeah.
And the studio shot it down because they were already making Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, really?
Is that a true story?
Oh, wow.
Holy shit, that's funny.
Yeah, because that would have been an easy superhero to do,
Yes.
pull off back then.
Stanley,
Because you just
Stanley pitched it and it's like, hey, let's do Ant-Man with this. We already are with kids. Sorry about you. Oh shit.
Interesting. Damn it.
Then it was the borrowers and just all these tiny
Yep.
people, and you just can't.
There you go.
Stuart Little.
Keep it simple. No doubt. Okay, so I'm at this art museum with my cousin Ignacio, right? And there was this like abstract expressionism exhibit. But you know me, I'm more like a neo-cubist kind of guy, right? But there was this one Rothko that was sublime, bro. Oh my God.
Luis.
Okay, sorry. I just get excited and stuff. But anyway, when Ignacio tells me, yo, I met this crazy fine writer chick at the spot last night. Like, fine, like crazy stupid fine. And he goes up to the bartender and goes, look at the girl I'm with. You know what I'm saying? She's crazy stupid fine, right? And the bartender's all like, yeah, crazy stupid fine. So this writer chick tells Ignacio, yo, I'm like a boss in the world of guerrilla journalism, and I got mad connects with the peeps behind the curtains, you know what I'm saying? Ignacio's like, for real? And she's like, yeah. You know what? I can't tell you who my contact is because he works with the Avengers. Oh, no. Yeah, and this dude sounds like a badass, man. Like, he comes up to her and says, yo, I'm looking for this dude who's new on the scene, who's, like, flashing this fresh tech, who's got, like, bomb moves, right? Who you got? She's like, well, we got everything nowadays. We got a guy who jumps. We got a guy who swings. We got a guy who crawls up the walls. You gotta be more specific. And he's like, I'm looking for a guy that shrinks. And I'm like, damn, I got all nervous because I keep mad secrets for you, bro. So I asked Ignacio, did the badass tell the stupefied writer chick to tell me, because I'm tight with that man, that he's looking for him?
And? What'd he say?
He said yes.
Awesome. I did like that.
I love that he's always like, he's like this hardened criminal thief, and he's always at like a wine tasting or like an art exhibit or something.
Exactly
like,
right. And it's always, and you know me, I'm more of this kind of guy. Like, I'm more of like
but
a
rosé
kind of
sweet rosé, like saved the whole party. Like,
yeah, he's
you
like,
know?
I'm not really a white guy. You know, he's like, I'm a white wine guy, but I just sweet rosé or whatever.
So that girl that was in there, I kind of got in a long rabbit hole chasing her down. She's like
the Asian chick?
Yeah, she's like a C actress. She's been in some weird, like, low budget stuff.
Right.
But I just was like, she looked familiar, so I went looking for her, and then I just got in this whole loop.
Yeah. Good movie. I really enjoyed it. Again, I love the superhero aspect of it. I think the character's genius. Couple of little dips. I don't know. I mean, again, I think just on this show I've seen 5 movies better than this. But yeah, I think
5 Marvel movies better than
that's
this?
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but
yeah, I liked it. It's just not my favorite out of all. You know, there's just some better ones.
And there you go.
I thought you guys would totally.
I'm still gonna see the
love
second one.
Humor.
Yeah, we'll see the second one. It'll be fun. And you know, I still haven't seen the second Deadpool, so maybe I'll see the second Ant-Man before the third one comes out. We'll see what happens.
Second Deadpool's pretty. It's like not as good, but better than the first one at the same time.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Right?
makes sense.
I've seen it like 4 times already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Do you go to the theater and see that shit, or do you steal that shit on the internet?
I saw it. I saw it in the theater 3 times, and I stole it once.
Yeah. Good for you. Yeah,
Is it
that's
out
awesome.
yet?
Mix it up.
So you supported
No,
it 3
Fire
fucking
Stick.
times.
Oh,
If you saw it 3 times at
I'm
the
entitled
theater,
to steal it
yeah,
once.
you should just get it for free. You should get a digital copy.
You get a digital download of it.
Someone
Yeah,
should
fuck it.
mail that
yeah,
to me.
you did it.
Yeah.
You freaking did it. Well, I want to say thank you to to you guys for being here. Thanks for working with me on the schedule. I do leave on tour soon. This episode will actually come out the day of the Dallas Warped Tour show, I believe. So while you're listening to this, I will probably be really hot and in very uncomfortable underpants for the first time, and then I'll go do that for like 2.5 weeks. Thank you for sharing, everybody that shares our posts. We really do appreciate that. Unfortunately, I can't name you because Rich can't put anything down on here because he's banned from Facebook and can't see
No one else is going to do it.
Can't see anything. Well, you know what? Yeah, guys, go ahead and still message us. We can on the Facebooks. Go ahead and share our shit. Jaylena and
Here's
me
my plan.
and Casey can all still see it.
Here's my plan.
All right.
You're going away for 3 weeks. We got a show today, show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get through that. And then by the time you get back and we do our next show,
Yeah.
I'll have something figured out over those 3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's going to be great. And again, thank you guys for posting pictures of your perks. And any of you got perky ones?
sounds like
Go ahead.
boobs.
I know. I was
Yeah.
going to say the same thing. I know. That's where I was headed. But guys, thanks for being here at the podcast and listening to Jaret Goes to the Movies. And we will see you down the road. But most of all, we'll see you down the road.
Sorry. I like you more than a friend.
I don't know. It sounds like a cool
I
job
was
to me.
trying to...